The audience.
And we're live. Okay, let me undo the dice cam real quick here. Beautiful. Oh, look at that hair. All right. So.
Thank you, I worked hard on it.
Now, what are we talking about? Okay, yes. So, I'm just going to do this spiel again. As you guys know, I have prepared nothing for this adventure, and that means that at any point, you guys can suggest stuff to me that happens on the score, and I might ask you questions about the world or the characters for suggestions at some point, because I don't have any idea what's going to happen. You know as much as I do, and so the narrative is highly freeform.
Sick.
Now, are you all aware of how dice rolls work in this game? Do you remember, or would you like a refresher?
I believe so.
I also think so.
You're confident you've got a handle on how
No!
All right. So, you're going to roll a number of d6s depending on the skill and the items you're using. You take the highest number of those d6s. If your highest number was a 6, you succeed and nothing bad happens. If your highest and second highest number was a 6, you have a critical success. You succeed and an additional good thing happens. If you have 4 or 5, you do it, but something bad happens. 1, 2, or 3, you don't do it and something bad happens.
Troubleshooting.
What is this Twitch channel called?
This is called, we are at The Jim Goblin. Or no, we're just The Jim Goblin. I don't think Twitch uses ads.
It's going to be twitch.tv/TheJimGoblin.
Twitch.tv/TheJimGoblin.
The Jim Goblin.
The Jim, because Jim Goblin was taken by a VTuber, I think.
Okay.
Oh no! That's so sad.
Yeah, we got beat to it.
We got beat to it by a VTuber.
We got beat to it by a VTuber, like, I think they have like 1,000 followers.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I am the inferior Jim Goblin.
Shout out to Jim Goblin.
Shout out to, go follow
Jim Goblin.
Follow Jim Goblin.
The VTuber.
I don't know.
And then tell all of their followers to come follow us.
I don't know who they are or what they believe, but I fully endorse them.
Oh,
Follow Jim Goblin.
That's on me forever.
If they're live, we'll raid
Jim
them.
Goblin with
Yeah.
all 4 of our
If they're live,
viewers.
we'll raid them, and then you guys can all say "zog off" in the
Tell them to
comments.
zog off. All right.
Imagine that chat. You're Jim Goblin, and then you see creeping through the chat 4
The
people
Jim
saying
Goblin.
the Jim Goblin raid.
The Jim Goblin raid. It's just 4 over and over again.
It's just the 4
The
people.
Jim Goblin raid. The Jim Goblin raid. The Jim Goblin raid. All right. So, are we ready to start the session, or do you have any other questions before we get going?
James, I was born ready.
All right. I'm excited. So, these folks standing before you are the Menagerie.
It's difficult.
I
I wanted to have it, but it won't.
They are a gang of assassins. We are short the 4th member today. I'm not 100% sure what was Heidi's character's name?
Her alias was the Viper.
The Viper. The Viper is currently not present with the Menagerie. She is taking care of personal business, but will join them on the next one. In the meanwhile, we have the other 3 members of the Menagerie. 3 are Tyroki outcasts, and the 4th is a disgraced inspector. Now, we'll get more specifically into them in a moment, but Menagerie, based out of the Hulliver Lane Zoological Society, abandoned zoo, what have you been hired to do today? Remind me.
Right, so Silver Nails want us to off this bloke who's been blackmailing them, right? And to destroy whatever evidence he has.
Yes.
The Silver Nails are next-door neighbors who have a pretty poor opinion of us, so doing this would be a great way to keep them off our backs so that we can operate our business and they can operate theirs.
And now you and the Silver Nails are, as you mentioned, right now kind of hostile to each other. So they're not going to want to do this negotiation on your turf, and you're probably not going to want to go to Godwin Park in case this is a setup. So you probably agreed to have a negotiations at Tangletown, which is a mess of shipwrecks and clattered boats that have all been tied together to form a big chunk of metal, where people go to negotiate, store weapons, shop, eat without fear of being attacked by gangs. As everybody in Crowsfoot District agrees, Tangletown is neutral turf. And where you go to negotiate in Tangletown is a bar called the Pork Chop, run by a local Allen Butcher. It's a shitty bar. It's a dive bar. Every table in the bar is made of a different grain or type of wood. The chairs are all completely mismatched. The glasses are mostly dirty even when served. It's a gross place, but you're not going to get shot while you dine there. Alan is waiting for you behind the bar at this point, and it's widely recognized that the back right half of the pork chop is reserved for gang negotiations. Everyone understands that you don't take a seat there unless you're doing business at the pork chop. And Butcher is sitting at his stool at the back, and he's gonna enthusiastically wave to you guys and say, "Hey, Menagerie, right? Oh, I think this is the first time we've properly been introduced. Yes. Alan Butcher. Your drinks are on the house. The first half of one. All right?
Oh, thank you kindly.
Pay for the
you.
second half.
Of course.
Now, you guys have been contracted by that Silvernails fellow over there, right?
That's right.
All right, so he's a bit of a tough operator, but he seems like he's brought money with him, okay? Whatever he wants you to do, he's got it backed up with coin. I'll leave you to it. And sitting at the table he's going to gesture to in the back right corner of the bar is this hulking, towering Sevrosi man. He's wearing like a sleeveless shirt, black pants, black shirt, belt with a large saber at one side and a pistol at the other, and he is covered almost head to toe in various Sevrosi tattoos. All sorts of symbols and words and folk tales have been engraved frame by frame across all of his arms onto his chest and his head. He hulks at probably about 6'3", and stands there with two other Sevrosi behind him. You would recognize this to be Tuhan, the second in command of the Silvernails gang. And he completely does not move as you go. As a matter of fact, Tuhan had his eyelids removed a long time ago because he's the lead scout and must always be alert. So he does not blink as you enter. Who's the first to sit down?
I'll do it.
All right, describe yourself to us, Casper.
So Casper O'Manon is a Tycherosi? Is that how we went with?
Tycherosi.
Tycheros. He's from Tycheros, and he has this smoky white, sort of swoopy hair, and all of his skin is the color and texture of charcoal that's been crushed and just like spread across a surface. It's a little sparkly, and all throughout it are these cracks and veins of pulsating embery light.
So you're a striking man as you sit down at this table. And Tuhan is going to... Well, no, he's not going to do anything. I mean, he barely looks at you. This guy is essentially emotionless as you sit down. And he is going to drift his eyes from you and quickly make eye contact with the other two. Are you seated, or are you guys going to be remaining standing during negotiations?
I'll sit down.
Oleander, please give us a brief descriptor. Paint a picture.
Oleander Hemlock is also known as the Stingray, or sometimes Dr. Stingray, because for supervillain points. Oleander is also a Tycherosi, but of a different sort. He has this sort of mop of purple hair that is his most distinguishing characteristic, and it hangs about his face in a way reminiscent of like a jellyfish or some other nautical creature, obscuring one of his eyes. The visible of his two eyes is similarly striking in a bright green with a sort of pupil that resembles that of like an octopus, and that it's kind of sideways. And Oleander is wearing, he's got a cloth mask pulled up over his nose and mouth, and is sort of just generally putting out weird, like, Shadow over Innsmouth vibes.
And so you said you're seated.
Yes, I
And
will sit
Fyodor?
down.
I'm standing.
Describe yourself to us, Fyodor. Kozov?
Koslov.
Koslov.
I am Scotland. I'll be standing back behind. I am probably the most boring looking person of the bunch, with just very normal, lanky features, incredibly worn down looking, like hollowed cheeks, bags under the eyes, very tired looking. And he's wearing this like long, dusty brown trench coat and a black slouch hat, and it looks very apparent that he's just like completely out of it at all times.
So Tuhan is going to gaze over the three assassins, expert assassins, as advertised to him that he needs to take out this opponent in the criminal underworld. And you're not going to be able to read whether or not he's impressed. But one of the men standing beside him is going to step forward, and he's going to say, "My superior, Tuhan, has taken a vow of silence, and therefore he requests that I present the information he's going to contract you to pursue."
That works.
An underground operator, a man with little experience dealing with criminals, has decided he would like to muscle his way into information brokerage. His name is Ray Almhouse. He used to work with a small bank in Night Market that our operation was known to conduct business with. He was an accountant hired by our gang. When he realized he was working for criminal elements, he smelled opportunity. He absconded with financial documents that show Tuhan paying large sums of money over large amounts of time to a detective working with the Bluecoat 1st Precinct headquarters. If this information were to reach the Bluecoats or the press, it could mean prison for Tuhan and death to our inside man in the Bluecoat operation. Therefore, seeing as we do not negotiate with those that undercut us, we want you to find Ray Almhouse, we want you to kill him, and we want you to burn the financial documents. For this, 4 coin to be distributed among the 3 of you however you wish. We're not sending you in with nothing. We understand that Ray Almhouse is currently hiding out in the basement of a bar. He's paying what little money he has left for the space, but the bar is known to host unsavory types, dock workers that live in the residential quarter. Sometimes the occasional mercenary stops in for a drink as well. It's not particularly ironclad in its defense, but it is known to cater to some mean customers. Do we understand each other?
No, we do.
Do you have any questions?
Where's the bar?
What is the name of this bar? Give me a name of like a rough-sounding industrial bar. Or
Salty Spittoon.
Sure, okay. Let's...
And with that, I have derailed the vibe of this entire session.
The Salty Spittoon. Now let's come up with a slightly different name. Let's do a twist on the Salty Spittoon. Make it our own.
The Briny Bucket.
The Briny Bucket.
Yeah,
I love
that's good. That's good. That's it.
He's been palling around with the proprietors of the Briny Bucket, Central Bottle Street. A lot of note takers. Like I'm gonna even remember that name.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We don't have to take notes because
Well, that's true. Yeah, the VOD's going
our
up on
content.
YouTube, isn't it?
We have VODs.
We're content.
Meh.
Now,
I'm just
okay.
obnoxious.
So, what was I going to say? Somebody called Weebly would trust Dr. Stingray with their life.
Okay. Weebly, if you're out there,
You can hear us, Weebly!
You've made a
The
mistake.
website maker, the website generator.
no. Weebly, you're a homie. Can I add Weebly to my clever friends?
Add Weebly to your clever list.
Weebly's one of my.
Somebody called Nays 444 says
That's
Sweepy.
Sean! Oh.
Yeah, it says Sweepy Swoopy.
That's me!
That's your swoopy hair.
So, you have been given the Briny Bucket as your locale where this blackmailer, recently a banker, now turned to crime, has been hiding out with some of his friends. You've been told that the bar is host to some tough patrons, but that it's not particularly well defended and not much of a stronghold. Overall, for a group such as yourself, it should be a very doable task. Now, the first thing we have to do is decide how much shit you're bringing with you on this mission. Now, you don't have to decide what items you're bringing now, just how many items you're taking with you. And the more items you decide you're taking with you, the more suspicious you look to an onlooker and the more difficult it is to sneak or be subtle.
I would say that I think it stands to reason a bar, which is host to these rough customers, would not be so unaccustomed to characters walking in armed.
Well, a bar like this in Crowsfoot, you would know that this is pretty standard fare, being a rough customer yourself, is that a lot of bars don't like you bringing guns or blades in. They'll require you like old Western saloon style to check your belt and your gun at the door.
Boo.
Then my pants fall down.
Well, I'll simply not
This is
bring.
my only belt, please.
Good thing I
can't take the holster out of it, it's a
weapons
counterweight to
of
buckle.
my weapons of choice are a bit more sophisticated than simple firearms and blades.
Yeah, I think you sweat venom. Like
Yeah,
you can't check
I
that.
am poisonous.
Sweat into the vial. Come on. We'll run a lab
secret
test
weapon.
on this, and then you're welcome in. Too many goddamn leeches drink here. Okay. So you have been. Oh, I pronounced Weebly's username correctly, and apparently that's a surprise. All right, cool. All right. So we've got a friend.
Hi, Weebly.
Hi,
Hello,
Weebly.
Weebly. I think you're probably the only person that we don't know in real life watching this. So,
Or we just don't
welcome.
recognize
Or yeah, maybe you
do know us, but
Maybe
we
you're
don't
like a
recognize
childhood
you.
friend of mine, incognito. I don't know.
I have a friend who said he was gonna watch. I wonder if it's.
Don't identify yourself,
I think Weebly's
Weebly.
been here for some time. I think.
Oh,
he
okay, then
commented
never
on
mind,
a
never
VOD.
mind.
Don't out yourself, Weebly.
Don't out yourself, Weebly. Stay in the shadows so you may strike when we don't expect
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Stay as a blade in the dark.
This is now we're now a Weebly stream. Okay?
Yeah. Big Weebly enjoyers.
Ryan, I want you to time out everyone that's not Weebly.
Our viewership.
Don't ban them. Time them out, please. We can't have our viewership drop. All right, we need to get affiliate.
I'm sweating.
Venom.
Oh no.
In the vial,
She's a leech. She's a leech.
Anyways.
So okay, what was I
Back on
saying?
track.
Oh yes, you have to
Items.
decide how much load you want to bring: light, medium, or heavy. Now, have all of you located the load section?
Yeah.
So
there's
load is just under your skills.
light, normal, and
light,
heavy.
normal,
Yes.
heavy.
Yes. Light means you look like a regular person going about their day-to-day business. A normal load means you look a little suspect, but you might just be a dock worker transporting some construction materials. Heavy load, you look like a criminal going to do some crimes. Did I bring Post-it notes?
Sorry.
I think normal is probably what I'm
Normal
going
is-
for. Normal's normal.
Oleander's going for normal?
That's what I'm thinking.
Draw so many eyes just with the way that I appear.
That's true.
I
Tyrobians
don't-
do tend to erode.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how incognito I can be under the best of circumstances, so I
with your
might
gas
as
mask
well.
and, as you described.
Yeah. I got the mask.
I
got
don't know
the
if that's go big or go
Innsmouth
home
vibes.
or try not to
try
and
to.
counterbalance it. What we thinking?
My thought is
I will
normal.
decide based
You
on
can all
you
go
two.
different ones.
We can also all go
Yeah.
different.
Yes.
Like,
if
if-
you both
you
go
wanna be
light,
like-
I
if
can
you
go.
wanna be like
I
You're
can
sort
go
of our
light.
register. You're sort of our team face, right? You're the most talking to people ability.
He has a slide, right?
Yes. Yes.
What is his name? Fyodor.
Fyodor.
Fyodor. Notably not fed yet.
So Fyodor is. I think it stands to reason that Fyodor would be, like, he goes in light and tries to just talk us in, and if that fails, then, like, that makes sense as a potential plan. I'm also not opposed to the old sneaking in.
Sure, but like if we all go in light,
Yeah, then we're not.
then that probably isn't a
then
good
that might
idea.
put us in.
Normal.
I'll
I
go
mean,
in
I'm
normal.
not gonna not
Light.
be sus.
I'm gonna go in normal.
So
So I can
Fyodor's
carry
just
what
got
I
like
need.
his big coat, and he's like, when he enters, they're like, check your gun. You just open it; it's mostly empty, right? Okay, cool. I like that. All right. Now the next thing we decide that you've all denoted your load is we decide on. We make an engagement roll after you determine what kind of plan you're going.
Yeah. So are we just walking in, which we can do because it's a public place,
Before you figure,
or is it like, oh, you
so
wanna carry
yes,
on?
it might help to know the 6 types of plans that you can make to determine like where you want to start. Because in this game, we're not going to cover you guys walking to the bar and getting into the district, taking the bus like we would in a game like Call of Cthulhu or Handle Travel in D&D. Instead, we start you basically at the first obstacle of the game with what we call an engagement roll. The first thing that it's going to be difficult for you to do is where we begin the heist. So if you're breaking into something, we start you at the window with the crowbar, essentially. And now, are all of you aware that this game has flashbacks in it?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Honey Heist-esque.
that costs us 1 stress to do.
Between 0 and 2.
Okay.
Because if it's something super simple,
Right. Then
like, I don't know what a simple flashback.
something that wouldn't take a lot of effort. I
Yeah,
guess.
something easy. Like, I knew that we were going to this bar, and I said to my friend, "Hey, be sitting in the bar if something goes wrong." That was an example that was too close to this actual thing.
Yeah, that's
But
very
the one
close
they
to what
give
we're
in-
really doing right
That's what
now.
they give in the book.
But yeah,
that might be a 0 stress flashback.
that might be a 0 stress if you're like, we know a guy and we can be like, hey, be here. We might need you for a distraction or
That
something.
would maybe be 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, I said in the chat Flimbo. I think Ryan's logged in.
Ryan, we appreciate the insight.
Yeah,
my
thank
man.
you, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan. I do endorse that message. I do. I'm a big Flimboer.
So the types of engagement.
Yes. Oh, sorry. We have a stream. We got a game to play, don't we? All right. Ryan, I want you to ban the Jim Goblin for a month. All right? We don't tolerate Flimbo in this. Now, the 6 types of plans. Assault. Do violence to a target. Your detail is where you're attacking. Deception. Lure, trick, or manipulate. Stealth. trespass unseen, occult, engage a supernatural power, social, negotiating, bargaining, or persuading, and transporting, carrying cargo and people through danger. What do you think? What type of plan are you doing to kill
I
Ray
imagine
Olhouse?
social or stealth would be my first guesses. He
wonder
hangs out in the
about lure.
basement bar.
I wonder about lure.
Lure would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Get him
If you want
out.
to pretend, yeah, deception could make a lot of sense for this too. I think.
We might be able
Call him
to.
out.
We might be able to convince him that we're interested in buying his information
Oh.
and then murder him.
Okay, that's actually kind of sick.
I think that's a pretty good one
That's cool as hell.
because he wants to. He wants to be rid of this information.
Now, it's worth noting, the Silvernails are going to have an auxiliary term to this, and it's that you do not impersonate them, right? They're afraid that you guys are going to go in and say, "Hey, we're the Silvernails,
We're the Silvernails, and
accepting
we're
your
here to-"
demands," and then kill him because they're big on honor. They
Right.
have not
Oh.
talked to this guy intentionally. They've had no
Okay,
contact.
so they
with
don't
him.
want to. Yeah, they don't want to address him at all.
They've left him on red, and they're going to kill him, basically.
Sure, makes sense.
But
I
yeah,
would too.
I think we can definitely pose as, we can show up and be like, hey, we're this gang. We're starting up, silver nails in us aren't on the best terms.
Yeah, maybe keep our lies closer to the truth.
Yeah, and start with just like a simple thing of just like, hey, we would like to be able to pull one over on the silver nails, and then we double cross this guy because he thinks we're double cross. Because, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he wouldn't know we're hired by the Silvernails at all, and we wouldn't let him know that.
So you're doing a deception.
Quadruple cross!
What is your
Yeah, we're crossing.
what is the method of deception? You're approaching the bar under the guise of, "Hey, we're here to buy your information."
We're interested in buying this information.
And who are you posing as?
I wonder whether we need to. We can.
You could just say we're the menagerie and we're here to buy your information.
But we don't necessarily have
We're
to pose
neighboring.
anyone. The risk
We're
of
the neighbors.
The risk
Wanna
of
have a
being-
cup of
We are
illegal
neighbors
information?
of Silvernails.
the risk of being ourselves is the risk of a Silvernail spy or something believing that we've double crossed them.
Oh, well, okay, hold on. I'm going to say that can happen as the result of, like, a failure on a desperate roll or something.
Right.
Right? So that would actually be really fun to keep in our back pocket. And
Oh!
I might give you an extra die to your engagement roll because that's very bold.
Because, being ourselves is dangerous for that sort of.
Yes, but I
Right.
would give you an extra die because that's bold.
For being cool and epic.
We are cool and epic.
I was about to say.
Being cool and epic gives you bonus die in this.
I think the bonus die might be worth it, because the other thing is it's going to be hard for us to not be ourselves. Like, we can get disguises.
That's
I was about to
true.
say, you
two
How
are
are we
so
going
distinct.
to cover up?
I could wear a wig and, like, false contacts.
You can't cover his
But
full skin.
I don't think
I
he
like the
has.
idea of a half-fish man.
Really calm.
I'm
He's got
pretty
slightly
sure that's
different hair and
racist. We
green
can't do
eyes.
that.
I mean, if I keep my face covered, then changing this and the hair is
Well,
that's pretty much the
That would be it, 'cause
distinguishing.
you've got a gas mask.
Because if I keep the mask, and it could just be like a scarf type mask. It's always some kind of mask.
Yes.
He glows.
He does. So,
He does glow.
but that's not really an option for him. Like, I can kind of get away with it if I got a good wig and some color contacts, but.
So are you being yourselves or impersonating a gang?
We're ourselves for this one.
I think we ourselves.
We're gonna be our authentic selves.
Now, I need to decide how many dice I want to give you for this roll.
Oh, we're not our authentic selves.
I suppose not.
That's true, you are lying.
We are lying.
You are lying. Ray Olmhouse doesn't know what's going to hit him. Well, he
Yeah.
does actually. He knows the menagerie's going to hit him.
The menagerie's gonna hit him, but he doesn't know that we're
He
gonna.
knows
hit
the
him.
menagerie. He doesn't know we're gonna hit him.
Carter, you're going to be rolling this engagement roll.
Uh-oh.
So, take one die for pure luck to start with.
All right, we got one.
Now, I'm going to add a second die because this operation is quite bold.
All right.
The plan's detail doesn't expose, and it doesn't hit them where they're defended either, so no die there. You're not using any friends or contacts, and I don't think anyone has relevant rivals or contacts for this mission.
Not particularly.
They are the same. This target is the same tier as you. You are both tier 0. You are a fresh gang, and this guy is an accountant.
Right.
So there's not much there.
I like
so
to
I'm gonna
think
give
we're
you-
kind of above.
I'm going to
but-
give you 2 dice. And now let me explain to you. Now, if you get a critical, if both of those somehow happen to be 6s,
He gets a heart
whatever the
attack.
first obstacle is, huh?
He gets a heart attack.
You just fucking died.
You're like, hey, we want to buy this information from you. He's like, hot dog! And it's too much for me. And he falls
No,
on the
okay,
information.
on a
and it
critical-
gets
On a critical, we skip our first
You
obstacle.
skip your first obstacle. Yeah, it went so well that you're already there. Like, On a 6 being your highest, you start in a controlled position, and I'll explain what that means when we start rolling dice. On a 4 or a 5, you start in a risky position, and you're on a desperate position, and a 1, 2, or 3 being your highest. So you have a 25% chance of starting in a desperate position, and a 75 the risky or better. Risky's, by the way, starting in a risky position is the default.
That's the default.
Controlled is good, desperate's less good, risky's normal. And let me get the dice cam up and running here. Dice cam is active.
Should have rolled these dice just to see which one was best
Mike
for
needs
me.
a new pair of shoes.
All
6.
right.
You're starting in a controlled position. Now,
We are
I'm going
in
to say
control.
that the first obstacle is going to be the bouncer of the briny bucket. Okay?
That makes sense.
So, it's nighttime, as it always is, since the sun
That's
exploded.
true. There is no the sun.
and
Dayton
I heard
doesn't-
that bit before.
I think I say it like 8 times a session because I have to remind myself that...
that there is no the sun. The gods have abandoned us.
Wait, what was the
Fyodor's
line?
got cold fever, I think.
Oh no,
Cold
Fyodor!
slumber.
It's
Fyodor.
it's the tobacco.
I will need to help you.
So, okay.
My
Now, Bottle
poor
Street...
medical knowledge.
Bottle Street's in the residential quarter of Crowsfoot, so there's a lot of clustered tenements, and then the occasional, like, service-type building. Like, there's a laundromat occasionally, or, like, a working class. Like, there's, like, a payday loans maybe set up, and then there's this bar, which I'm going to say, yeah, is probably clustered between 2 tenement buildings. I'm going to say that this is probably a building, crowded street that's
Makes
old,
sense.
old. Cobble roads. Most of the electroplasmic streetlights don't work, but we're going to say that the one in front of the briny bucket does. And there's this huge bouncer standing there, leaning against the wall. Have any of you been to the briny bucket before?
Probably not.
I don't imagine.
I don't think so.
Doesn't
Okay.
seem like a good place in any respect.
So this guy's sitting there
Neither
leaning
would-
against the
No,
wall.
but why would I subject myself to this?
And you're going to notice something interesting about this as well.
He's interesting.
Oh no.
Right, you're going to note that he has a large. It's a weapon used in pruning or sailing called a billhook, which notably is used by the billhook gang.
Right.
So this guy might be an operator for them. He's got this large machete type deal dangling off of his belt, and he's sitting there with a big butcher's knife tattoo down his left arm, just leaning against a wall, looking out across the streets.
Right, he's got a gimmick.
And he's going to make eye contact with you. He's going to make eye contact with you guys walking down the cobbles, and he's just eyeing you. This is your first obstacle, the bouncer. What are you guys going to say to him?
If we just walked in, didn't question it, just went
just gonna walk
confidently.
All right, would you like to roll something to just walk past this bouncer?
Yeah, let's try.
Works
Why
for
don't we
me.
just do that? I imagine that
You're
would
starting
go
in a
fine.
controlled position. Like, you've walked up, you're exuding confidence. This guy
Yeah.
doesn't have much of a reason to question you. So
Yeah,
you're
we
starting
belong
controlled
here.
to get past this bouncer.
Okay, so control means
Brian, I keep forgetting that this is this group's first session. Okay, there are 3 positions: controlled, risky, standard. If you fail in a controlled position, you can decide to remake the roll at a risky position. That's the long and short of it. Now, who is doing the rolling for this? Who's leading the group through these doors?
Oi, Swain, you're good with people and whatnot. Get us through.
yeah. What kind of thing would this be?
I have an idea of what this roll would be.
We get to choose what the
You
roll is.
do, and then I get to set how effective that is. In addition to a position, a roll also has an effect. Limited, standard, great.
This feels like consort or command.
I was gonna say command or
Yep.
finesse,
I
but
think command makes far and away the most sense.
lovely.
So who's commanding? It's not me.
Guess
got
it would
one.
be me. I've got one.
All right, there's your 1 die, and do you have something that's going to give you another?
Does us being part of it
No.
matter?
If you want to do a group action, then
Don't
you
take
can.
the rest of my time.
What does the group action?
So a group
That is
action
it.
means
I have
that
a die in it.
A group action means that everybody rolls, and
Uh-huh.
for every failure, like if let's say that you get a 5, you get a 6, you get a 3. We take the highest result, but because somebody failed the roll, the leader of the action takes 1 stress.
Ugh.
So for every one of you that fails, the leader takes 1 stress, but you have a higher chance of succeeding.
That feels
Okay.
silly. So, where?
I'm likely to fail.
Silly.
If we don't do that, do we all have to make this roll?
No, I'm going to say that the leader can just make the roll on themselves, and it's up to them whether the group succeeds or fails.
Oh,
Because my command is plus nothing, which means I roll 2 dice and choose the lower.
Yes, you have effectively 0 dice.
Do you,
So-
you don't have some sort of resolve thing that's like a social sort of... You're a slide.
Well, you have...
I can tell when someone's lying.
Yeah, you can tell when
Like,
someone's
look at it.
lying. And
Oh,
then
you can't,
you
like,
have
sway
1 rank
them
in
or
command.
whatever?
I
You
do have
you can
sway,
attempt to roll sway,
but why can't we just walk in?
What
That
you're
would be
describing
different
is
than
not
just
sway.
walk in.
You're describing me
We just walk.
like commanding
Right,
confidence.
we had a plan.
Sway would be like talking to this guy.
Which I could.
I feel like command. We have control, so we're
I feel like we
starting
just walk
with,
in. Just walk in.
We're starting with a
I've
good.
already forgotten what controlled means.
We'll get into it. It'll come up a lot, and it's not super important you know off the gates. Okay,
All right, let's just
make a
go
command
for it.
roll. I
Yeah.
think the dice cam is still
Let's
on. I
say-
haven't turned it off.
Just
Lovely.
go for it.
All right, now remember, on a 1, 2, and 3, you fail. On a 4 or 5, you fail, or you succeed with a consequence. And up to 6, you succeed with no consequence. Go ahead. 3! Uh-oh. Now, you're in a controlled position, which means you're walking by, and the billhook bouncer is going to be like, I don't recognize these faces. And he's going to nudge you with his shoulder to be like, hey, get the fuck back out here. What are you doing going in? And you can decide that you're going to roll again, this time at a risky position. So keep walking, but now if you fuck up again, he's mad. Or you can decide,
We could also change
we're,
our tactic.
we're getting back, we're disengaging from this roll, we're not going to worry about it, we're going to try something else.
At this point, why don't we just try talking to him?
All right, so he's going to push you back and he's going to say, whoa, what do you think you're doing? I don't recognize any of your faces, not just anyone gets into the briny bucket.
I'm gonna nudge Fyodor, who's good at sway.
I didn't realize it was so exclusive.
Well, sorry, looks like you're going to have to leave then.
Well, what would qualify getting in?
You got a dock workers union card, any sort of certification that you're built tough, Duskwall working class.
And I think I would like...
You're just all working class.
no, I'm not going to. I was going to...
And by the way, it's worth noting, as soon as Fyodor starts talking, this guy is going to, like, become suspicious. Like, his eyes are going to narrow, and he's gonna seem a little angry that Fyodor is talking to him.
I am Duskwall working class. I was a lamplighter.
Yes.
Do I have any sort of proof of that?
The Lamplighters Union was dissolved a while ago, but you can say, hey, like, I'm a lamplighter, and try and convince him if you'd like to roll something for that.
I've got to die in sway.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go super well.
It might not
You
go
have a
that
50%
well.
chance of succeeding. Or, alternatively, I will now introduce the teamwork rules. Now, we've already described a group action, but you can at any point in the game push yourself, take 2 stress to get an extra die on any roll. Alternatively, if someone else in the group can justify to me that they're helping you, they can take 1 stress and give you an extra die.
So can I help her? Because like she's got the good roll. She could roll for this, and it.
Yeah, but she's
I guess
got
you've already got the 2.
She's got to she's got to say something to this guy before a roll is made.
Yeah, I was about to say I could flash back and have a...
Yeah, you can flash back and have a fake dock workers card.
Yeah.
That's a solid option.
Would you like to take 1 stress, flashback?
Yeah,
Card?
I'll do
Okay.
that. Alrighty.
Okay, you now have a card, and so I am going to give you an extra die to whatever roll you're going to make to get in here.
Wonderful. I'm gonna do sway.
How many do you have in sway?
2.
Okay, you have 3 dice then.
Lovely.
And now risky position, standard effect.
Okay.
Right.
Wonderful.
And remember, something bad happens on anything but a 6, but you succeed as long as you get at least 1 4.
So getting a 4 or better gets us in.
Yes.
Which is our success.
That's all I need.
6. All right.
Okay, nothing bad happens. You guys, he's gonna take the card and he's gonna say, "All right, cause no trouble, or I'll decapitate the first person that tries to leave. Inside now."
In we go.
And as you pass, he's gonna say under his breath, "Fucking scav." As you enter.
It's always the racism.
You sound Australian?
Always with the racism.
And he's racist against you, and
He's
that's so
racist
freaking
against
weird.
me.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad omens for the rest of the bar.
So you guys are going to step into this bar, and like the ceiling is kind of low. It's a multi-floor building, right? Like the bar probably has some apartments up there. There's a couple doors that lead off into God knows where. There's like a 3-foot deep layer of smoke clinging to the ceiling. Everybody in here has got cigarettes,
I've got this
cigars.
mask.
My band.
There's a big rusted metal bar counter to one side, and there's steel shelves as opposed to a wooden one, holding various unlabeled bottles of liquor. There's a large billiards table at the center of the room that several billhooks are playing pool at. These are all very large men, with one in the center who is missing his left ear and has had a Sparkcraft thing grafted into its place. And he's sitting there leaning against it, and he goes in to make a shot on the cue ball and goes a little too hard and shatters the stick on the cue ball, and it flies up and embeds itself in the ceiling. And he has one of his lackeys stand on the table to pull it out. And so you guys are walking in, you're seeing all of this, there's a bunch of people sitting at tables playing cards, there's a big Sparkcraft pinball machine to the back corner of the room. And the barkeep has got a big eye patch on him, and he's just looking out over the bar. He's going to see 2 people he doesn't recognize enter, but he figures that if the bouncer let him in without trouble, that's a vouch. Mm-hmm. You're in. What now?
Do we know anything about what this guy looks like?
You've been given the description of accountant. If somebody, you don't... Actually, would you like to roll something to see if you can find this guy in here? Because you've been told that he's just kind of a small, slender guy who was, at the last time he was seen in public, clean-shaven, short black hair,
Seems to be hiding out in the basement, so
you were told that he has rented the basement of the briny bucket.
Well, I guess I will...
He'll be up here. Not got much for
This is absolutely survey, but could I study the crowd?
I'll give you limited effect. But I'll say controlled limited. If you'd like to trade position for effect, you can go to standard great. So it's you're studying everyone looking for facial cues, and they might get pissed off that you're doing that. If you'd like to trade position for effect.
I think I'll keep position of control so that the fail state of this is just I don't find him and not that more problems happen.
All right, you have limited effect, controlled position. So
study, I have 1 point in, so that's a 1 die. And this is, I know a little bit about, as a former academic, actually still practicing academic, I should know a man of learning among this crowd of, other sorts.
All right, go ahead and make your roll. Dice cam is active.
Here goes.
Would you like to downgrade to a risky position for limited effect? You may trade into a desperate position for standard effect.
I think I just don't find him.
Get an EXP from it.
I know that I would get EXP from desperate, but I don't want to make.
You could.
The problem is that I don't have that many points in study, and I could make a really problematic situation that really doesn't need to be one.
Yeah,
anyone else could try surveying before we get into that.
Would anyone else like to attempt to identify this person in this crowded, smoky bar?
Someone with consort might be able to ask around.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be me.
All right, so consort, you're going to start poking around.
I don't know if I want to do that, though, if bartender out there was racist.
Well, you've gotten in the bar, right? And so people have kind of an understanding that the bouncer's only going to let trustworthy folks in.
Sure.
Of course, that's not true.
Trustworthy.
The assassins have now been let into the bar who have the explicit intention of murdering
doing a
at
murder.
least one of the patrons.
At least.
Yeah. One of the tenants, no less.
One of the tenants, yeah, that guy pays rent.
Yeah.
All consort.
All right, how are you consorting? Describe to me what you're doing before I set position.
I am initially going around listening very...
That doesn't sound like consorting to me. Consorting is socializing.
Yes. I was going to listen, and when I heard something...
Join into the conversation. Okay, I'll give you standard risky. Would you like to downgrade to desperate for great effect?
Gosh, no.
All right, standard risky roll.
I want to make desperate rolls because I want to be a gamer and get EXP.
Yeah.
But we're not in a position to make desperate rolls.
It makes it much
Not yet. Not yet.
It doesn't make sense for us to do that strategically.
I need to stop.
Now, you can't push the roll. Never mind, because you're not in a controlled position. So you're sitting there looking around for these folks, like trying to listen in, see if you can identify somebody that's going to be more bookwormy than the rest of the folks in this bar. And not only are you not going to find anything, but like people are going to be looking around. They're like, hey, somebody's very clearly trying to gather information here. They're eavesdropping on our conversation. And so I'm going to say that the Briny Bucket patrons have become mildly suspicious of you.
Oh, the clock!
When this clock reaches 4 slices, the patrons have decided it's time to go.
Okay.
Now, let me just real quick turn on the clock overlay for the good folks at home. And clock... That's you!
Yeah, you're the good
reference!
folks at home.
Weebly! Weebly! Is Weebly still there?
Weebly
Please,
is the
God,
good
tell
folks
me-
at
Tell me
home.
Weebly's still here.
Weebly's
If
my
Weebly's not
Weebly
here,
Weebly just sent a message in the chat. Weebly is still in the crowd.
I was gonna say,
Yes!
if Weebly's not here, we should end the.
We're up to 5 viewers.
thing right now.
Reese is here, and he says Among Us. All right.
All right.
True.
This is a lot like Among
We are
Us.
among them.
This says
We
On
are
your
among
live
them.
This
streaming
says a lot
for
about
and
Among Us.
or when is next live stream.
Who said
Sorry.
what? Who said that?
Chaz is asking English, please.
Tell Chaz to get his ass in here now.
He said on your live streaming for and or when is the next live stream? And I don't
Send
know
the
what that
thumbs up.
means. I don't know what that means.
Just tell him yes.
Okay. So then, what was I
Yes,
saying?
Chaz.
You just failed a roll.
I did.
The suspicion of the patrons in the bar has been filled up by 1, and you're no closer to identifying whether your query is in this bar room. Casper, are you doing anything while Oleander is studying and the swine is consorting?
Let's look at what I'm good at. How flashy would it be to get ghosts involved? Would that
Quite.
be noticeable?
It depends on how well you roll, Casper.
I've got to die in it.
Are you gonna put a ghost?
Because
Because you can put a ghost.
on my
you,
man.
you can flash back to putting a ghost in a spirit bottle in preparation for this, and I'll only make it 1 stress because I love that idea.
I
Can't
do
I
like
just
you
use
bringing a
compel
ghost.
to just yank a ghost out of the ether?
You have compel. Oh yeah, you can.
I'm a wizard.
You have the compel ability.
Bros
Yes.
Whisper, yeah.
That's-
He's
fuck.
compelling. This is
Oh,
compelling
yes, you
content.
can. And you're in a biker bar in Crowsfoot, so people have died here. Like,
Yeah.
there's definitely gonna be some ghosts around.
And
Oh,
these,
boy.
these guys have not been burned in electroplasm.
That's true. That's all right. So you want to try and compel a nearby ghost?
So yes,
Okay.
I'd be look. What
So
sort
you
of-
you like lean down and you're pinching your temples.
Oh,
and-
so this is something that I'm not just like, boy, ghost.
no. Yeah, you have to gaze into the ghost field and find a ghost, right? Like you're like focusing all of your mental energy, and your eyes are gonna flicker a little bit, and suddenly everything is going to appear black and white and semi-transparent, and there's bits of static electricity flickering off of every living being around you. And gazing into the ghost field, you are going to find a rogue spirit in an alleyway just outside, wandering around with like. We're gonna say with a large butcher's knife just slashed still into his neck, lingering there, with blood floating up out of the wound into the ether. And he's going to look at you and with his hollow eyes make contact with a whisper meddling in the ghost field. You have found a ghost. Would you like to try and compel it?
Yeah.
Yay!
Now read to me what that ability does, Casper.
You can attune to the ghost field to force a nearby ghost to appear and obey a command you give it. You are not supernaturally terrified by a ghost you summon or compel, though your allies may be. So this thing would be visible.
If you're compelling it, if you're like attuning to it and you're like, ghost, you obey me now, it's probably going to fade into the physical world a little bit. Like when a ghost is just passively wandering, it's like kind of semi-visible. Like if you were walking past this alleyway in the dark, you probably couldn't see it, but if there's like a spark craft light up there, you could see the outline of the ghost, and if it's getting angry or impassioned, it'll become more and more visible. So
And I feel like me looking the way that I look, people will naturally assume the spooky thing is coming from the spooky person.
It's very
This feels
possible.
like a bad idea.
This feels like very sus.
It,
Definitely.
yes.
Could we?
I think we should do it.
It's very cool.
I can definitely
scare
see.
all the patrons out.
Might be good thing we can shoot.
That's actually, yeah, that's a fair point. Scaring all the patrons
Scaring
out
away the
seems like it
patrons
would
wouldn't
do
be
you a
so
favor.
bad.
She says that, and I say bet.
So what's the plan?
I'm gonna compel it.
No, you're looking.
Cheers.
Describe to me like you've seen this ghost and he's made eye contact with you, and he's like not sure what's coming. He might not have had any encounters with whispers recently. He's not sure what you're capable of, and it's hard to read his expression because, well, he died at least a century ago. What are you doing? What are you saying to this ghost? Not a century ago, probably like 8 years ago.
This is
probably
just
not.
An alley ghost couldn't
Alley
survive
Ghost
for a
has not
century.
been.
This is just a simple thing.
He died here,
He
like last
died, and his blood is floating upward. Does
Yeah.
that make me think that like he died upside down?
Oh,
with blood
that's
dripping
cool.
That would be
down?
base as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he
yes.
died hanging. He died hanging by his feet from the ceiling.
And
Yeah.
being
That's
slashed across the
fucking
throat.
baller.
Yeah. All right.
that's
So
cool.
I make eye contact with him. Little shocky, staticky eyes. Fire skin going all crazy.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead upside down, huh? That's rough.
Give me a tough guy gang member name from like 1880s London.
1880s London.
Brooker.
Brooker?
Brooker.
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 Brick Brooker.
Oh gosh.
Formerly a
Brooker.
bricklayer with the Ministry of Construction.
His name's
Brick.
They call him
at the
Brick.
briny
That's
bucket.
his nickname.
Brick is his
Oh,
name.
okay.
It's Brick
He's Brick in
Yeah.
the same way that I'm Stingray.
Brick
Yeah.
Brooker at the briny bucket. How I know this?
All right, Brick Brooker, here he comes.
So Brick Brooker, former corrupt bricklayer. You can't see, you know, like gazing into the ghost field, you're getting a little bit of information off of the guy. And you're like, died hanging down, huh? And he's going to look at you and he's going to say, back in my day, the crows meant business.
This crow means business.
Base as hell.
Because your nickname's the Crow, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was referencing different crows, but that is a
Yeah.
badass. All right,
Yeah.
I'm in. This is awesome. So you're now like ghoul beam, right? You're like focusing on this guy. You're like, I'm gonna bend you to my will, right? You're gonna compel this ghost. Roll a tune. Does this give you a bonus die? And does it say you have to push yourself?
I think it's just you can
No,
make an attune
you
roll to
make
try
an
and do
attune
this.
roll,
Oh,
or you
that
can
is
attune
so
to the ghost field.
sick.
And I have 2 die in attune.
Okay.
So this is.
All right, now. All right, let's see.
I'm
Something bad's happening
Not
on anything
going to
other than a
change
6. Remember?
All right.
Now you currently have standard risky. That's what I'm giving this.
All right, risky.
So the ghost is going to be like not completely dominated by your will.
We
but
should also probably
something
spell out
horrible,
what our-
very horrible, is probably not going to happen if you fail or get a 4 or a 5. But I'll let you go to great position. You've got total control over this ghost, but in or great effect, but desperate position. So if things go wrong, they're going to go very wrong.
Things going very wrong with a ghost is.
Not right now.
It's your choice.
Oh,
It's
this
your
choice
choice.
I
is
know
all-
what I think would be fucking cool.
It would
This
be
is up
very
to Casper.
cool.
Can
It would be
Rick
very
pick?
cool and fun.
Casper's totally the guy to do that.
Would you
He's
like
gonna
to
make
take
the
2
death
stress for an extra die?
Ooh, that might be worth it
Yeah,
to avoid the
fuck yeah,
consequences
I'm
of what
gonna
you're
do
doing.
that.
So you're like pushing yourself. One of your eyes is going to pop out a little as you're just focusing all of your energy onto this ghost.
All right, so I'm rolling
Lights out of it.
3d6.
3 dice.
I'm gonna take 2 stress.
Something very bad happens if you don't get at least 1 6, but
But
if you get
this
at
is-
least 1 4, you've got a ghost friend.
This is great
Yeah,
effect.
it
That's
goes
great
friend.
effect. So 1-4 means he's like fully your guy.
Desperate
Yeah.
roll. Also, I think I get EXP from this.
Oh, you do. 'cause
You
it's
get
a desperate
EXP for
roll.
making a desperate
There it is.
roll,
Yeah.
and you get EXP
and also,
for
I
using
get EXP
ghosts.
for using arcane power. I don't know how these
Oh,
things
we'll
work.
go over
This is
that
an
stuff
arcane
at the end,
power.
but just for this desperate roll, fill in one of those little bars, and when that gets all the way, you get a free die.
This is a arcane
wow.
power as well
Oh,
for the
wow.
purposes of that
Okay,
later.
so
I gotta figure out how to use. Well,
get a
actually,
ghost. Those are 2 4s and
All
a
right,
3.
so we
You
have
did
a ghost.
succeed. You did
We have a
succeed.
ghost.
What do we think a desperate consequence is for summoning this ghost? Because you've got him under control. Oh, I know what the consequence is. The spirit wardens have been called, and they're going to be in the bar soon.
Wow.
Are you aware of the spirit
the
wardens?
spirit.
Oh.
We know a
Ghost,
spirit
it is
warden.
illegal to be a ghost in Duskwall because they're a menace, and so the state church is basically dedicated to the dissolution of corpses and the hunting of ghosts. So, the spirit wardens, a militant arm of the state, has been called because a rogue ghost has appeared. So this is going to be a violent apparition, totally under your control, but Brick is going to just fade through this wall, and like ghostly spectral bricks that aren't in the physical world but exist in the ghost field are going to smash away Kool-Aid Man style.
Everyone's got a gimmick.
As this like blue lightning-y energy surrounding the outline of a human corpse is going to burst into the briny bucket.
Now this is my brand.
And the ghost is going to look around, and all of you two are going to be supernaturally terrified and are going to panic and run. Would you like to resist that?
What kind of... Explain resist.
Yes.
Resistance.
Mind.
Now, I don't make any rolls in the course of this game. I just tell you when shitty things happen, and you can tell me to fuck off, and that you're going to resist it. And that means you're going to roll a certain number of dice determined by an attribute rating, and I'll get to what that is when you make your decision whether or not to roll. And you're going to take 6 stress, minus the result of your highest die.
I was like, oh!
Now, this is a resolve resistance roll, meaning you have 3 fucking dice in it.
That sucks for me.
What do you have in resolve?
1.
Would you like to resist?
I can
would like
choose
to.
not to
You
resist if
can.
I want to keep
You're just
the
going to take a
stress.
breather outside for a bit.
Yeah, I might. I might leave the ghost zone. Do I have to leave the building, or can I get behind like a table or something?
You let me down.
I will tell you what. I will let you jump behind a table and cower in exchange for 1 more slice on the sus.
Oh, that would be.
Is the
Is
ghost
it-
not making people sus?
It is, but not of you.
Oh, that's real.
Chaos is
okay.
happening, but they don't know it's you that did it.
Well, why would they expect that I, terrified of the ghost, summoned the ghost?
Because you're drawing attention to yourself as a weird criminal man.
That's true, but I feel like a lot of people would be panicking.
Give me a more realistic consequence.
Well,
Give me
I-
a better trade-off.
Yeah. I guess, what would most people in the bar be doing upon the ghost? Probably leaving, I would expect.
Honestly, maybe not.
Really?
This is a group of tough guys that overestimate their own abilities. I'm betting that at least half the guys in this bar want to try and punch the ghost.
This is awesome.
This is pretty good for you.
Okay. The resistance roll succeeds regardless, it's just an amount of stress I take.
Yes.
Can you... Well, if I push myself, and that's just too more stress anyway. Can you even do that on resist?
No, you can't.
So I would roll 1 die, and then hope it's 6.
That is true. Or you can run out of the building, or you can take a slice on the sus pie.
I think of those things to do, the best is probably to leave.
All right.
I'm
let's
gonna...
fuck it off.
I gotta...
You want to see what you would have gotten on that roll?
No.
All right. We'll be left in ignorance.
Oh,
The swine. Fyodor, make a roll. You're going to want at least a 6. Higher's better.
A little bit of classic only.
Higher?
In this case, yeah, you want a higher.
You want a higher number
oh,
because
I
the
thought you
higher
were saying
roll,
higher than
Higher
a
than a
6.
six
I was
would
like,
be better.
I don't
least
know
a
how that
six.
works.
At least 1
A 6 is your
fine.
best.
Okay,
Oh,
yes.
Right.
3 ones.
Yes,
Ah,
a 6.
all right.
Fyodor, you
Not
just light a
stressed.
cigarette, smoke the whole thing in one drag, and toss it on the ground.
Yeah.
You've seen this kind of shit before. Inspectors deal with worse during the first shift of the day. This
Yes.
is nothing. Now, this
See, I have
ghost...
2, but not in a good way.
You're like, all right, I'm fine.
I've met a few ghosts.
I might have killed this guy.
Not this guy.
A century
That's
ago.
not my style.
A century.
That's not my style.
8
But
years.
So Brick Booker has now faded into the room, and everyone in the bar is standing up out of their tables, and a few people are like going to the corners. Some people are grabbing clubs and guns. The barkeep is gonna immediately go for his they probably have like a telegram post somewhere on the street, right? He's gonna say to his serving boy hey, go to the telegram, get the wardens, tell them we've got a spirit, right?
oh, I might be able to intercept that guy.
Well, the wardens are being called.
Okay.
Like, no matter what you do, that was the consequence of
That
the
makes
roll,
sense.
and it will happen. It is immutable.
Okay.
Right? So at this point, the bar is kind of going crazy, and the bill hooks at the billiards table, which the ghost is now floating above. There's like 5 of them. They've kind of scattered out, except the lead guy, who's still sitting there, trying to make his shot. And he's going to look up at the ghost. He's going to say, "Fucking spirit!" And he's going to throw the cue to the side, and he's going to take out a 6-shooter and begin putting in electroplasmic bullets.
Oh, those can kill ghosts, I think, or harm them.
Oh, he's going to make this thing zog right off!
Oh no, he's a 40k orc.
Now, the leader of the bill hooks who have been dining in this pub are ready to square up against this ghost. You've got command over it. The spirit wardens have been called. I'm going to add a clock for when they arrive, and it's just going to fill in occasionally. All right?
Lovely.
A lot of my clocks have to do with people getting suspicious or people arriving. I'm not very
that
creative.
that makes sense
It
for a
makes
heist
sense,
game.
right? So let's say, all right, I'm going to call this clock
Sure, you don't want to draw an extra line there.
ghost emoji.
You want to put that knot on top of the other clock?
Guys, it's okay. They're
All
not
right, they're not
suspicious anymore.
suspicious
They're not
anymore.
suspicious.
Because there's
my
something
brand.
else
Because
happening.
ghosts.
So clock B is ghost emoji. There's 6 slices, but this only is increments of 8ths. So I'm just going to fill in, if 1 slice is filled in, that means there's 5 to go, so I fill in 3 on this clock. And now
Right.
there's 5 left.
Okay.
Big brain.
Okay. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so
The
you've got
bones?
command over Brick Barrow. Brick Booker?
Brick
Brooker.
Brooker.
Brick Brooker in
At the briny bucket.
has floated over the billiards table where the
Brick Booker,
the bill
billiards
hook,
boy.
The bill hook has his bullets and he's ready to brand you.
Okay,
So,
so it's
I need to
Brick
make a tongue
Booker
twister for every
battles
session.
billiards bill hook.
In the briny bucket.
in the
the
briny
briny
bucket with big bullets.
Casper's
Yeah.
new objective is to make a tongue twister for every session.
This is a headline for the Inklings.
Yeah. The headline
I think, like,
is
the Scotlanders have a really good story for the headline.
Brick
You guys
Brooker.
have the best headline for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
headline. Like,
Brick
Brooker battles
billiards
bill hooks,
bill
brandishing big bullets.
Oh god.
The briny bucket.
The briny bucket.
All right, loving it.
Breaking.
Is that this is the Call of Cthulhu GM screen? Good eye. Okay, so
Weebly?
what do you do?
Sorry.
That was not Weebly. That's a new guy.
So I
actually.
have my ghost
friend?
friend now, and before he can even do anything,
He's
everyone
under attack.
wants to throw hands.
Well, you can make him do a thing.
You
now.
can, yeah. The ghost friend now acts like you can see that this guy is restraining the urge to wreak havoc, but he is
What
fully
are ghosts
on your
capable of?
will. Whatever we want them to be. We get to decide as the controllers of the narrative. Very
I'm
little
thinking
more in this game is established. You can ask me
generally-
if they can do something, and I'll answer.
Ghosts can probably kill you. I imagine they can possess people.
Yeah, ghosts
That's a
will
classic
possess.
ghost move. Ghosts can go through walls.
man, I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket.
Did they go
'cause I don't see
through?
it directly
Or
applicable.
because this man just
I think
Well,
that's
no.
just a bit of showmanship. I
That
think
was,
they
that
can
was
just,
in the ghost field he burst through.
They were ghost
Ah.
bricks.
They were
that he-
the real wall was on
Everyone's got a gimmick.
Only he saw the Kool-Aid Man.
So there's a
Oh,
real
dang.
ghost. So there are objects that exist in the ghost field and that are different from the objects that exist in the real world.
Probably.
Which means like it's possible in the ghost field that like the floor is caved in or
Yes,
that like
exactly. It's like
some
the
other-
Shadowfell in
Yeah.
D&D.
So I want him to. Okay, so the bill hooks, are they
Yes.
kind of the only people still in here besides the bar?
A lot of people have gone to the corners and are waiting for something to, like, they're like, we don't want to be cowards and be seen to leave the bar just because of one little fucking ghost. But we also are desperately terrified. So a lot of people are, like, I'm going to say that there's probably 20 to 30 people still in this bar, just in the corners against the wall, hoping that the bill hooks will kill this ghost so they don't have to.
I want him to try and draw people out and away so that we could get to the basement unhindered.
How are you planning on doing this?
I want my guy Brick to just like woo, it's like herding
Terrify.
sheep.
Yeah, to be
just
frightening. It's
terrify
like,
everyone, or
"Leave
like
this place."
goad
Like-
the bill hooks, terrify everyone who doesn't want to move. Just like a dog herding sheep, just move them all out.
So what is your command to Brick Barrows? Brick Brooker?
Get these bitches out of here.
Your will is my command. And he's going to look out, and he is going to, like, scatter forward. All of his hair is going to stand out. His flesh is going to begin peeling off of his body as he just lurches forward and lets out this howl that sounds like the rending of sheet metal towards these people.
I love the sound of rending sheet metal.
All
And
the
I would
under
like
is
you to
outside
roll- I
hearing
would
the
like
sheet
you
metal
to roll
rend.
a tune for this. And now, I'm going to say that you have obtained a fine quality ghost, and I'm going to give you an extra die.
Okay.
Fine.
fine quality ghost.
Fine quality of ghost.
I love my
Now, by the way,
ghosts.
I'm going to
high
give
quality.
you. I'm going to give you standard risky. All right,
Okay.
you're going to scare a lot of these people out, but maybe not all of them. Would you like to downgrade your position to desperate for great effect?
I've already done that once. I'm
And
just
you'll
gonna
get a
keep
second
it.
experience if you
I'm
do it
just
again.
gonna keep it rolling with standard.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
think we're gonna be okay.
We're not.
We're
We
five.
are, we
That's
are.
a 5.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say that this ghost, you get a consequence. You did do the thing, but a consequence happens. And I'm going to say that this ghost is very clearly a big old threat. There's a fine quality ghost here. The spirit wardens are redoubling their efforts to get on the scene.
Okay.
Ghost emoji clock. I have filled in 2 more slices, one to account for the extra urgency,
do I
and one
have
for the
my
time
friend
that has
for?
passed. You don't know. I don't know either. We'll find out.
Okay.
All right.
As soon as you start having him do things that he real doesn't want to do, he may begin to resist. Now let's see. There are 3 ticks left on the arrival clocks. Now this ghost has scared out most of the folks in this bar, but I'm going to say the bill hooks have stayed.
Can I use the confusion to, like, having taken a breather, slip back in?
You're in.
Cool.
Now I'm going to say at this moment that the lead bill hook is going to say, "You don't scare me, you right git!" And he's going to put his revolver to the back of your ghost's head, and looking through the ghost field, you're going to see as his head is going to basically get blown off of his shoulders. Would you like to resist that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to roll resolve to resist that.
Oh, sick! I get 3 die in that.
Oh, fuck.
Clearly I should
That's
have
a
invested in
6.
That's a
resolve.
6.
All
Okay, so
right.
you take no stress, and the ghost,
That's
you're going to
six.
watch, like, the gun fires, and the ghost is going to, like, turn his head, and the bullet is going to narrowly miss him, going through the divot in his neck and out the other side.
That's so fucking hype.
And he's going to turn around. Now, are you still controlling this ghost? So
Attaboy, Brick.
he turns around and he can't do anything of his own will unless you'd like to uncompel him.
Otherwise, you can just
okay.
tell him
So,
to do a thing.
Is this like some sort of fight and like order turn?
No,
thing?
no, this is a free-form narrative. I typically say things happen. Otherwise, you can just interject.
Can I?
Oleander is back in. The swine, you're still here if you
No.
want to do something.
Yeah.
By the way, the other few bill hooks are going to look around and see who's still in the bar, and it's going to become very apparent what's going on here. But they haven't quite pieced it together yet because they're not quite that smart.
We didn't. We really didn't use our deception very well at all.
It didn't really come up, actually. Yeah.
Mostly because we jumped from, well, we didn't find him. Ghost.
That's
powers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
to. Oh,
Let her
actually,
go for 50 quid.
did I see anyone fleeing who met the description of the guy who we're here to kill?
Oh
That's
gosh.
a good point.
Oh
You want to roll
no.
study for me?
I will roll
Or
study.
survey makes a lot of sense. Actually.
Survey makes more sense, but I'm not as good at it.
I'll give you limited controlled for a study roll if you'd like to downgrade to risky standard.
I will risky standard study to see if I can catch that guy in that crowd,
Go ahead.
if he's there at all.
Sorry, I just had a thought.
This feels important.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm gonna do a push myself.
Ooh. Yeah, because by the way, I'll just let you know now. The consequence if you fail is that they're going to be suspicious of you. I'm going to say.
So I'm gonna take the stress
The
for
brightness.
the 2 dice here. Both 4s.
Okay. I'm going to fill in 2 more on the suspicion clock. I thought it was at 2, but it is at 1. So you have 1 slice left before everybody's basically going to know what's going on here.
Hi.
The bill hooks are squaring up. They're still trying to figure out what's happening. Still mostly terrified, regrouping. When they come to, they're probably going to understand who their enemies are.
So what do I know about the presence of that guy in that crowd?
Now, right, I forgot that happened. The crowd is pushing out, and you're not going to see a guy who matches the exact description, but you are going to see a guy who doesn't look like a criminal. He's wearing, like, most of what would be, like, an accountant's type suit, but he's missing, like, the tie, the jacket is hanging off of him, he's got stubble growing, his shirt is stained, and he looks terrified, and behind his eyes you can see the look of a man overwhelmed by stress recently.
Cool.
And you're going to bump into him as he's running out, he's going to make eye contact with you, like, and you're going to see in his eyes, like, you're going back in there?
I think I'm gonna not go back in there, but instead tail that guy.
Okay, so this guy is going to get out of there, and he's going to, like, run down the street a couple buildings, and he's going to, like, feel around in his pockets, and he's going to say, oh, fuck, as the camera's going to cut back into a Derringer pistol that has been left on a table in the bar, and he's, like, looking around, scratching his head, and he's, like, looking at people running by, apparently looking for someone, and he's like, oh,
A
fuck, oh,
Derringer.
fuck, oh, fuck.
Okay. There's a lot of chaos and confusion. would this be a good opportunity to attack that guy?
Probably, yeah. Like, this is Bottle Street. There's not blue coats on every corner, and people are running. If this one, like, you know, pencil pusher gets it in the street, who's gonna know?
Right. I would like to... I would like to murder that man. I'm trying to see how. I can use...
It's worth noting, you have only been... The only person you have to kill by contract is Ray Almhouse, the only dude that signed his name to the blackmail letter. So this guy isn't in your contract to kill, but you are free to.
Okay.
Like,
This isn't Ray, but he's part of the
He seems like he's
scheme.
part of Ray's coterie, yes. But you don't have to kill him.
Okay. But
You can. Like, that's
Would-
totally an option. that
does killing
only
him
has.
help?
It looks like he's not leaving any further. Like, he's looking at that bar, like, scratching his head.
Okay.
Unarmed, he's not like gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can super kill this guy. But does it
It
does
would
it
almost not require a roll.
does it help us to kill this guy? Because I'm super down to murder this guy, but I'm trying to figure out what advantage that gets us.
It doesn't need to. Oleander's a
Doesn't,
psycho.
maybe.
That's true.
I was about
Yeah,
to say, you
know
could
what?
just have a body to use.
Fuck it.
Listen, there wasn't a great reason for me to pull a ghost.
That sounded really bad. Sorry.
Okay, so I can. Yeah, if I were to, we have as assassins we have fine weapons. So
Yes, that's true.
That's a +1 die, right?
Yep. What are you rolling to kill this guy?
It would probably be hunt or prowl. I think those are my most effective murder tools. I can use wreck, but that might be louder than I need it to be.
True.
Um,
Well, how are you killing this guy? And then
I guess
maybe
that's a
that
good-
will
that's a
help
good
us
question.
Figure out what skill you're going to use.
On a meta level, I'd like to address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem, but
Yes.
I don't know whether either of those are super applicable. If I...
Okay, honestly, I could see this being mayhem. If you want to catch this guy before he gets out of the crowd and wreck him, that could cause a little mayhem.
I can wreck this guy and that would be a bit of mayhem. I do have fire oil and grenades.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, Mr. Accountant. You got an inside coat pocket? Don't spend it all in one place. Sean says grenade. We're up to 7 viewers.
Yay!
Guys.
Weebly also says grenade time.
All right, the voice of the people, man. It's content, so I'm going to use a fine grenade to wreck
Now, while this guy's
this
in the crowd,
guy.
or are you waiting for him to be on that corner like, where's my Derringer?
I wonder if he would even...
That's what he says.
If he was going, where's my Derringer? And a grenade just kind of landed under him, I feel like he would just kind of get blown up.
like look into the camera. And go,
So I wonder if I could just kind of roll a little grenade.
yeah, if you want to just bowl a grenade over.
Yeah,
it's
if I could
probably
Very
not gonna
wily
notice.
pull a
coyote.
grenade
I'm going to
under
give
him.
you controlled standard.
Cool.
Would you like to go to risky great?
I feel like the effect of standard is this guy dies.
I don't know.
Right?
Honestly, the effective standard is going to be at a minimum he gets his legs blown off.
I think that's just as well. I don't know how much that changes.
You just bleed out.
Yeah.
You're rolling. This is a rec roll.
This is a wreck roll. It's a fine grenade.
You have 3 dice.
I only have 1 point
Okay,
in
you have
wreck,
2 dice.
so I'm rolling 2 dice
Yourself.
here. I could push myself just
How much
to.
do you really need to blow this guy's legs off?
That's true. It's not that important. So
If it's important to you.
it's important to me.
You could have his legs.
What's important is I want to address a challenge using mayhem.
Then you are doing that.
And I am
and
doing
Oleander
that.
probably wants to kill this dude.
And I do want to see this man explode because it would, like, dude, what would happen?
Weird. Because weird.
Dude, what would
Hear
happen?
me out.
Here's a little bit of scientific inquiry here because we use
I'm begging
the
for 2 3s on this.
we use the scientific method here. I think I am gonna push myself because I don't want to see 2 3s on this.
I'm hoping for 3 3s on this.
We use the scientific method here. If there's a grenade that goes off under this man, then he will die. Here we go.
Let's see if your hypothesis adds up. Oh, that's a 5.
That's a 5.
Oh, I saw the 3 and the 2 first. That's so upsetting. Okay.
I'm glad I rolled an extra die.
Now the consequence is going to be somebody in the bar saw you throw that grenade, or at least heard
Heard
an
a grenade
explosion.
happen. Yeah.
And that's
The
our.
that's the clock filled on the briny bucket sus. So they are well aware that I have not.
Good
been
thing
filling
there's
the
all
clock
of like
properly.
3 people left.
There are currently 4 bill hooks plus the big one. and the ghost.
Oh.
So you're gonna roll this grenade over to this guy, and he's gonna say, "Oh, just my fucking luck, just my luck. I don't have the Derringer. Now Ray's gone. Today could not get any worse."
Okay, Ray's gone. Interesting.
He's gonna say, "At least I profited a free grenade." And his top half is gonna be blown off of his waist. And all that's going to be left standing there is a couple of legs in unclean shirt pants that are going to collapse down to their knees and then collapse into the street.
Give him a
little bit
piggyback
of
ride.
Shrapnel is going to be chucked up into the tenement, shattering some windows and scraping some brick.
I'm sure
and
that's
the crowd
the
running away from the briny bucket are going to look back, see an explosion, and run a little faster.
Yeah, I'd like to also leave, but can I? Is there like alleys I can circle back to get in the bar maybe another way?
Absolutely. I'll say you'll be in there quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to circle back around so I can get in, perhaps without interacting with the bouncer.
Oh, the bouncer's definitely run back inside at this point.
Oh, I bet he has.
Oh,
So the bouncer's
no!
run back in and he's going to say, "You three!"
Uh-oh.
And the
I
bill looks at
gotta
turns.
say, Fyodor didn't really get a lot of opportunities to act. I did all my ghosty
Theodore,
stuff.
yes. Well, let's
Did
say...
you want to like go
I-
down
I- I-
there?
Yes, announce that you're doing anything.
If you
I
don't
had
do
moments
stuff-
where I thought about something, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh,
No,
interrupt
you are
anytime.
absolutely...
No,
This
I feel-
game is built on interruption.
I
because
feel
there's
so
not a-
bad.
No,
I feel so
interrupt.
bad.
I don't
There's
want...
not a turn order.
I don't
You
want the
have to interrupt.
consequences of my actions to keep you from taking action.
So let's say a grenade.
But they will if
a
you let
grenade has
them.
gone off outside. The bouncer's not in yet.
I would like to shout at all of the bill hooks.
The bill hooks are going to
Yes.
turn.
Look.
They do.
Over there!
Look, I don't know how metagaming it is, but you could say, "Hey, kill that thing," and get the heat off us.
Yeah.
That may help.
Well, that wasn't my plan.
What was your plan?
I shout, look! We're here looking for information. You probably already know that.
Okay, so you're shouting to these guys. Look, we just want info.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you rolling for that?
We're getting back to our premise. That's probably...
it's
It's
either
one of their
Commander's
social
Way,
skills.
and I want to use...
Lying is typically sway, which this
Well,
is.
but this isn't lying. This is very true.
We are looking for the information, but at the same time, not in the
I
way
will
that
use-
they think.
We're not looking.
I think
for
I'm going to do
information.
command.
Yeah, totally. You're screaming. Now, I'm going to say, these guys are angry. They're scared. They outnumber you. I'm going to give you limited standard, or limited risky, but you can go to desperate standard if you want to try and properly calm these guys down, but you're identifying yourselves as a target if you fuck it up.
I have a question.
Yeah, I have an answer.
Remind me what Devil's Bargain does.
Oh, a devil's bargain, if somebody has one, is a bad thing is going to happen whether you succeed or fail, but I'll give you an extra die. I'm going to say devil's bargain. I'm going to fill in 2 slices on the Spirit Warden clock. Traffic's
I don't
really
want
good tonight.
that.
That is frightening.
I am going to push myself
Okay.
and take the extra dice.
Okay.
That's good.
And I'm
one.
going down to desperate.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we're running desperate.
Yes, Fyodor.
Give me at least 1 non-6. I want desperate consequences.
But you're making what? How many dice is this?
We did already have a desperate
This
consequence.
is 2 dice.
This is... No, because you
like
pushed
a desperate
yourself.
failure.
Yeah,
She has
Oh.
a 1.
and I only have 1 in command.
But doesn't dropping to desperate make it too?
No, it does not.
What is that? Oh, it changes the effect.
changes
Yeah,
the
I
effect.
gave her standard.
Oh,
Yeah, would you like to take a devil? If anyone else has a different devil's bargain, feel free to run it by me.
I don't want Spirit Warden.
It could be Devil's Bargain. I mean, Devil's Bargain could be as simple as...
Look, we just want info.
I just
The entire thing explodes.
I'm mechanically incentivized to use my grenades.
That's what he says to the court.
Your Honor, I was addressing a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
I plead leech.
I'm just a leech,
So,
Your
okay.
Honor.
Does anyone else have a bargain?
I'll-
The only ones I think of are stupid.
I'll leave it
and
another
bad.
time.
Gonna make things so worse.
I'll give you a bargain.
Well, the bargain always makes
I'll
things
give you
worse.
a bargain.
but Let's
The
hear it.
ghost of the dude that killed Barrow, or Brooker, is going to arrive at the bar.
Double
That
ghost.
would be fucking sick.
I'll take that one.
Yeah!
Oh, shit.
Okay, somebody give me
Wait,
cool
a third
name.
die so I can push and do Devil's Bargain?
You can't stack.
Oh, okay.
Give me a cool name for this former
man
member
who
of the
murdered-
Crows. The man who murdered Brick Brooker.
Crasher Carrion.
Oh, God.
Carrion Crasher.
Carrion.
The Crow!
Crash Carrier. Crash. All right.
Crash Carrion.
Crash Carrion.
Crash Carrion.
Crash Carrion of the Crow's coterie is gonna careen into the. cube-shaped building.
Yeah, we were having
Give me a roll.
Sorry, audience.
No, sixes. No, sixes.
Post your alliteration in the comments.
comment, like, subscribe, and alliteration.
Oh
That's
no!
a 4.
That
That's
is
a
a
4.
success.
That's
We
a
got a
4.
success,
That's
we
a
got a
4.
success.
That is
Yes,
one
yes.
success.
Huge 4.
Okay, I'm gonna say, all right, what is a desperate consequence? I'm gonna say that not only is Crash here, but he's getting the drop on Brick Brooker.
Uh-oh.
These
Ghost
is-
So
fight.
Drop on-
they're gonna say, look, we just want information, okay? And the billhooks are gonna turn to you and they're gonna be like, okay, maybe we can talk then. And they're gonna, the ghost is notably not doing anything because you can control it. And I'm assuming you don't want to jeopardize
Chill.
these negotiations.
Chill.
So you're like, chill.
Chill.
And then out from the ceiling,
Chill.
from way downtown, Crash Carrion, who's got a big slash across his ghostly belly, with his intestines dangling out of it as though he's underwater, is going to plummet through the ceiling, grapple your man by his shoulders, and push him down onto the pool table. It's going to crack a little bit under the weight, and he's just going to begin punching Brick in the side of his ghostly head. Brick is at this point going to reach into his neck and pull out the butcher's knife to begin cutting at the other ghost's arms as they're going to roll off the table and just begin throwing socking punches into each other.
Oh my gosh.
And so at this point, the ghosts are completely engaged. I'm going to say that this...
That one isn't mine.
Yeah, I'm going to say you can break your attunement, or you can take a wound here. Like, I'm going to give you a level 2
I'm gonna
harm.
break attunement.
Yes, you break attunement. You're going to let it...
Yeah, Brick.
This one's on you, Brick.
Yeah, Brick, this ain't on me.
So, okay, these
Gotta fight
ghosts
your
are
own
fighting.
battles now.
The billhooks are looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? This is getting out of hand now. There's 2 of them. They're shouting, right? They're like arguing amongst each other, and Biggin is going to push his other guys aside. He's going to say, listen up, you gits! I want to know what's going on here! Is you the reason we got a Zoggin rogue spirit battling another Zoggin rogue spirit in my bar? Somebody better stop. Can't remember the word I used for talking. Somebody better start spouting some gob right now.
No, I'm not that. I didn't do that, and I detest that accusation.
You's here for information, you said?
That's
Yes.
right.
What do you need?
Looking for a Mr. Almost.
And at this point, a ghostly pried off finger is just going to fly behind the bar as the 2 are going to push themselves out of the bar into the alleyway. And you're the only one that can see into the ghost field. Them just like one of the Brick is going to take a direct blow to the mouth, and his 2 front ghost teeth are going to fall out, and he's going to use his remaining teeth to bite into the dude's wrist as he's going
Oh,
in
now
for
I'm
another
making a
punch.
mess.
What information is you looking for?
Well, if you must know, here he's got some dirt on the silver nails.
You're here for Ray.
Right.
Well, and we's doing our job. He cashed out his pension when he left the bank. Had to spend it on something, figured it'd be muscle. The way I see it, there are 2 ways at this end. You either walk out of this bar, or you're carted out by the spirit wardens. We've been paid to ensure Ray makes it through the night. He suspected the Nails might be sending some gits such as yourselves to flush us out.
We are not here to hurt Ray.
You's not here to hurt Ray?
No, we want his information.
You want his information? Have the Silver Nails caved?
We are not with the Silver Nails.
We're neighbours to the Silver Nails. We're not their friends.
I never was the most sharp-minded, and you're starting to confuse me. You're here to subcontract his blackmail?
Of
So
sorts.
contract's a big word, but you got it.
That is a highly interesting arrangement.
Is Oleander here?
Oleander! The grenade's going to explode outside, and the billhooks are going to go to their guns. And the bouncer is going to, you're starting to walk back in the bar. He's reached for his hook, and Biggin is going to call out, "Let him in, Bounce!" And he's going to sheath his billhook, and Oleander's going to be let back into the bar. Why didn't you say something? I'm assuming that ghost was your doing, and he's going to look at the guy who's a whisper, whose eye is still bleeding a little bit from gazing into the ghost field.
Alright. Yep. Figured a subtle approach would have been optimal. That didn't work, so I brought in a ghost.
A subtle approach. You didn't say one ruddy word to me.
That's true. We super.
He just went straight to the ghost. Well,
You must be new to crime.
Just a little bit.
You're the freaks on Hulliver Lane, aren't you?
How could
I
you
don't
tell?
know where we live.
Hulliver Lane is in fact where you live. So at this, he's gonna say, Roy, give me a name for like a semi-tough name, but like a less tough name than like Brick.
Cleveland.
Cleve.
Cleveland Jones.
Go get Homehouse. And Cleve is gonna go open a metal door at the back of the bar, close it behind him, and Biggin is gonna look and he's gonna say, "You got any idea what you're messing with, eh? You must be insane to be taking on the nails if you're as fresh a gang as y'all. The only reason that Ray Holmhouse is gonna live to see another day is because he had connections and could afford to pay proper criminals to guard him. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead before the sun shards climb into the sky tomorrow. But God, do I respect it." Cleve is going to walk back up with another guy who is, again, clearly not Ray. Like, this is just another fucking dude.
Some other dude
that
who's in
Ray
this
has
thing.
dragged into his blackmail scheme. Yes.
Hey,
And he hasn't said anything yet.
I had a quick note.
Oh, you're
about,
remembering your power.
I just wanted to clarify something just for me. He said, like, you guys are insane, right?
We're insane for being.
Yeah,
the
he's
enemy
saying,
of the-
he's
I just
saying
wanted to
you've
make sure I
lost
had
your
that right.
Zogan minds, basically.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And so, like this new guy who is, like he's not even wearing a button down. He's wearing suit pants and like just a shitty stained undershirt. Like he is sweating profusely. You can see him sweating actively now through his shirt. He's covered in stubble. His once combed hair is completely fraught. And he's gonna walk out with Cleve shaking at the arms.
What's the matter?
Hi.
Lewis?
My name is Mike Lewis, former accountant with Night Market Bank and Reserve. Who are you guys? Looking across the bar at these deranged-looking criminals. You've still probably got some blood, soot, and shrapnel on you from when you threw a grenade a couple minutes ago. And he's going to just look back and forth and just wait for somebody to talk.
We're deranged-looking criminals.
We're also buyers.
Buyers, yeah. Cleve let me know. You want to buy information?
Yes.
So the guy that, just to be clear, the guy that we see
Is not Ray.
not
This is
Ray.
Mike Lewis, another accountant. Like, Ray is the ringleader, and he's not going to be sending himself up here. He might not be a criminal, but he is not stupid.
Damn it. I need him to be stupid.
I'm sorry, can I take a pause?
Yeah, let's take a quick
I'm
break.
sorry, I have to
take a
I
break.
need a glass
I'm
of water
sorry.
real bad. It's hot here. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in a moment with the menagerie. See you in 5.
I know?
Yeah, that's exactly,
You see?
Yep, that was the reference. We are live. All right.
It'd be so wonderful.
Okay. Where were we? Yes.
We met with
met
another
Mike.
accomplice.
Mike, what's his face?
By the way, it's been
Mike.
more time. I'm filling in another space
Oh,
on the.
I forgot.
If the Spirit Wardens show up
On the Spirit
before
Warden
we
clock.
get our hit, we might
So
have
you
to
an
bail
incentive-
without
You have an incentive to do
succeeding.
this quick.
What do we kill?
So at this
or we
point,
fight
Mike
Spirit
Lewis
Wardens.
is standing there, and he's like, "So, what do you guys want from me?"
Well, we wanted to meet your boss.
Yeah, Ray's a little scared. Biggin here has suggested to him that almost everybody in Crowsfoot is potentially somebody trying to murder him because he's blackmailing a mercenary company, which, I'll be honest, I thought the Silvernails was one guy.
Wow.
Biggin, why did you lie?
I feel bad for you.
What did I want? Advise my client that it's in his best interests to pay me money? Is that what you're asking? Zoggin numbskull. You're all just sitting there?
Can we get to the part where we see these documents?
See these documents? Well, we're not even in the process of making a deal yet. How much are you paying us? How do we know, like, that you're not working for the nails? Fyodor, you're the talker.
Yeah, I know, and I have nothing.
Start talking.
We're not working for the nails.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. We have very contentious relationship with nails.
Okay. You guys are the. Who are you exactly?
We are the menagerie. We live next door. We're neighbors.
These are freaks all over Lane. And I can tell you from experience, yeah. They're in a bad place with the nails right now. You guys do have -2 relation, right?
This is true.
Very
so if
bad.
you'd like to roll something for this lie, like I'm going to give you a controlled position to do it from.
Do it.
Yeah.
Quick, it's going to go!
Yeah, we need to make progress.
So, okay, controlled position, what are you rolling?
Sway.
Yeah, agreed, go ahead. Would you like to
Wonderful.
trade controlled position for
Risky.
for great position
great-
risky effect?
Yeah.
So this guy's going to be fully confident.
Risky. Great.
Yeah, so you're right now
Wait,
at
wait.
controlled position, standard effect.
Yes, so we will go to great
risky
effect.
Position, great effect.
You
yes.
switched them. Just checking.
I do that a lot.
Okay.
It's like straight in my head.
All right.
Here we go, gang.
Hey!
Well, looks like we're doing this.
So he's gonna say, yeah, thanks, Biggin, but I don't know that I buy that. Look, all right, most of my job at the firm was risk assessment, and this is risk off the charts, all right? You're not an established organization. I don't personally know who any of you are. I have nobody that can vouch for you. We have no way to keep the money in escrow, and if we give you this information, then we have literally nothing stopping for the Silvernails from killing us.
So what's your plan? Is not to sell the information?
We're gonna sell the information, yeah.
To who?
No, I'm not going to tell you that. Yeah, client banker confidentiality, okay?
You don't have a client, do you?
Would you like to roll study? Yeah, I would like to give you study controlled standard. Would you like to go to risky great?
I would, but study is only one die.
Would you like to accept the devil's bargain?
What's your bargain?
Anyone think of one?
The bargain is if I succeed. Okay, so succeeding the study roll makes it true that he doesn't have a client.
No.
Or-
The devil's bargain is something that happens regardless of success or
Right.
fail.
But let's talk about success first.
Yeah, so success means you know whether or not he has a client.
Right.
Yeah. And you just don't have that information if you
Oh.
fail. Devil's bargain. Anyone have any enemies that could be relevant?
The
Not
district.
really.
I'll say a devil's bargain. One of the billhooks has been holding their tongue. They've recognized Fyodor as a former inspector.
Oh, that's a
Until now,
dangerous.
and they haven't said anything yet, and they might not say anything, but one of them knows.
That's
I'll
a
say
very
that.
dangerous
So
reverse.
accept my devil's bargain.
The danger of this has lost me. I'm not sure. Oh,
There's
they'll
a
still be like,
I
oh,
was
that's
a cop.
And one of them will know she was not just a cop, an inspector, right? He was like
Real
it's,
high
it's,
up.
it's like a cop, but they can't be bribed, right? It's
Yeah.
worse.
So, if think hypothetically about this. If they know that, then our whole
Honestly,
But they
lie,
might have known it for the whole time and not said anything so far, and they might not say it.
right. If
Might
they know
be able
that
to swing
and
it.
say something, which they might not do.
Could we
We could potentially swing that.
do
like,
that
yeah, we're
ins-
definitely
do
not
instead?
assassins.
If you'd like
She's
to
a
propose to me a
cop.
counter bargain, firstly,
if y'all
I
want to
bet-
take,
would you accept or reject that bargain?
I want to hear what you're gonna say.
we could always just say this conversation is taking a long time, good traffic, and we get the spirit wardens on us.
Yeah, but they'll be on us like
That
now.
sounds significantly worse to me.
They'll be on us
I don't
like
know.
right
We
now.
could like really get them. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
If
Get
Heidi
rid of.
were
We could show.
here,
We
I
could
would
show.
allow
loyal.
that bargain.
We could
Why
show
you
like
take it?
loyal. Like we could show
We're
that
down
we're.
a member. I don't know. We
I
don't
think
throw hands with
the spirit
most
wardens are a
bitches.
bigger problem than the billhooks, I think.
Okay, fine.
Now, what's the roll? You taking either of those bargains? Casper, and
Don't take mine. Don't listen to mine. Mine was a
What?
bad
Any
idea.
bargains you want to offer?
What's chat saying?
Chat has been quiet since we started. Burrito_squid says yo gaming.
Oh, I know him.
Just say, who's Burritos?
That's my brother.
Hello. There's not a camera there.
Glad you could join us.
I'm gonna turn on the me cam just to wave to Burrito_squid. All right, back to dice.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna roll the roll. It was just, what was it? It was
You're at standard control.
standard controlled, but it could be risky great.
I'd take controlled. That way, like, it's not a big consequence.
Yeah,
If you fail.
we're just gonna take control
Roll ahead.
and we're just gonna roll. Here we go. 4. That's a dub.
Hold on, don't take the dice away yet.
Oh, put the
Okay.
cam. 4.
Now, I think a
Look
4
at that
means that you
4.
can choose to suffer a minor consequence, or you can roll again, or you can withdraw.
Okay.
Because you're going to take a minor consequence.
The
Right,
minor
'cause we're from a
consequence
controlled
might just be he's
position.
a bit pissed off.
I think we'll do a minor consequence.
Yeah.
Okay, minor consequence. The negotiations
Like
have
that's-
taken some time.
Oh, no.
One additional slice on Ghost.
That
of
doesn't
Emoji
feel so minor anymore,
has been filled in.
but we're doing it.
Ghost clock.
There is one left on the ghost clock.
Ah!
Spirit wardens are rounding the corner. Now, at this point, he's going to say, "Yeah, we got a client." He doesn't have a client.
Yeah.
Because I can tell.
Like, not only does
Oh, yeah, you could just know that.
No, I'm going to give you additional.
Okay.
Like, not only does this guy not have a client, but he is desperate to get this money back. Like it's when you said you don't even have a client, do you? It sent a visceral shock of fear through this guy's whole body, and a tear is gonna like be welling in his eye. This guy wants to off these documents as soon as possible, and it's very clear the only thing stopping him is Ray Almhouse.
Let's talk about risk assessment. You're taking an awful lot of risk keeping those documents without any buyers, aside from us, of course.
We have a buyer, like I told you.
No, you don't. Not only do you not have buyer, you need money.
Yeah, I need money.
And you need to be rid of those documents.
Do you need money or does Ray need money?
Okay, look. We got laid off 3 weeks ago, alright? I got mouths to feed. Yeah.
So you
I
need money.
Session will
But
do
I
that.
also need to not be tortured to death by the Silvernails, okay? Alright, you want to talk risk assessment, what's worse, okay? My kids go hungry for you another week, or they all die.
Silvernails never have to know.
Well, I don't have any reason to trust you at this point.
True.
I don't see a lot of other options for you.
Your children make it another week without food, and then what happens?
What happens next week?
We get a buyer, alright?
Do you?
Ray's a good negotiator. We'll find contacts. We've got contacts. Alright?
They're not going to buy. Do you think they want to get in trouble with silver hooks?
Biggin is
The
gonna-
silver nails, whatever.
Biggin is gonna laugh and he's gonna turn to his guy and say, "Huh, no, we's muscle. We's not interested in your games." And he's gonna say, "We're gonna find somebody, okay? Unless you can announce to me that you're rolling something at any point, by the way."
I wouldn't
Who's
be
good
so
at
sure.
speaking?
Yeah, it would be me, but I've rolled real bad. Real bad.
Hey,
well,
that's like inverse gambler's fallacy.
I'm
It means
helping.
nothing for-
If
It
you're-
means nothing for future
If you make a
successes.
roll, this conversation definitely qualifies my helping that roll, I think.
That's true. He's been
So I can take
role-playing
a-
the shit out of this.
So I can take a stress to help you out.
Yeah, I agree.
Then I will try and convince that.
Sway is what you're saying? You have 3 dice. Firstly, convince me. Let's see what position and effect you're in.
Oh, Look, you know you are not going to get other people involved with Silvernails. Silvernails, you've obviously worked very close. Ray is in hiding from them.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Ray is very powerful because he has those documents, and yet he's still scared.
Yeah.
And your big muscle men are scared of Silver.
If I give you these documents, they're just going to kill me, though. There's nothing stopping them from killing all of us if we don't have this information.
There is nothing stopping you, but best case scenario, your children get food.
How much are you going to pay us?
Enough.
What does that mean?
I don't know how much money is.
Here,
I don't know
just
where.
meta, what would be a good amount of coin to
I was about to
offer?
say, yeah, I have no idea what any,
reasonably
like...
as criminals.
You guys are being paid 4 coin to kill a guy, and so, like, it's a decent bit of change, even though you've been hired to kill a nobody. Like, 4 coin is enough for a human life in the underworld. So it's, like, that is, like, a low but decent amount of money for a crime-related thing.
So then, what, like 3 gold would sound reasonable?
You could offer him however much.
I was
you
about to
want.
say, I can offer him however much I want.
He's not the one
Because
who can
it's
tell
a
when
lie.
people are lying.
Give
Exactly.
me something.
4 gold.
Gold?
No, I don't... Wait,
Coin.
coin. Sorry, I don't know what currency.
Okay.
Enough to feed you,
For a
your
week.
family.
Maybe 2. I don't know that that's worth my life.
And maybe...
Risky standard. Would you like to trade for desperate great?
Yes, I think I would.
All right, mark,
All right.
mark an experience.
I'm gonna mark a stress.
Hold on, wait.
'cause I'm
Do I in
here to
these little
help.
bookmarks?
Yes.
Okay,
Under that one, yeah.
yeah. And I did that before too, so I get a second
rolls.
one.
Oh, actually,
Fail forward.
what happens when you set up a teammate?
You have to make a roll in advance to do something for
Because
it.
could my study roll have set that up?
No, because the study roll did something else.
Okay, that's fair. I'll just do standard
It reaped
help.
you
Whoa.
an additional benefit. Okay, ready?
So you get an extra die
When
from
roll
me.
the dice cam is active.
However many dice you are rolling.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, gonna vomit.
That takes an action.
Oh, shit!
And you had desperate. He's gonna say, okay, look, the risk assessment is off the charts. I'm gonna have to go discuss this with Ray for a
No.
moment. All right, just give me some time to think. And he's gonna close the metal door and he's gonna shout, "Biggin, kill him!" And Biggin's gonna say, "All right, let's get down to business." And he's gonna roll up his sleeves. His men are gonna reach for their bill hooks, and it's on.
Everyone's
now, I'm going
got
to
a
say that they
gimmick.
are immediately going for the negotiator.
Of course they
You're
are.
going to suffer a level 4 injury, decapitated, and you're killed immediately. Would you like to resist?
I forgot about resist. I was like, holy crap!
I love
I'm
doing
dead.
that. I love doing that. Like Biggin just takes out his bill hook and sweeps your head clean off your shoulders.
What would this be?
That would probably be
Prowess.
your prowess.
Prowess, yeah.
Oh.
You have a die.
I have a die, and
Uh-oh.
all of my die have been rolling crap.
Well, you'll just take a lot of stress.
I don't have that much stress to
How much
take.
stress do you have left?
6.
That's not terrible. You can't lose it all in this roll. All right, go ahead and give us a roll. You've got 2 stress boxes left. I'm going to downgrade this to a level 2 injury, severe laceration. Like, you are going to get just... Your coat is going to be shredded. Like, this corner of the coat is going to be cut off. You're going to be kicked down to the ground for a moment. You guys may now do something as the bill hooks are going to advance on you.
Let's
Okay,
see,
so
okay,
my AoE type attacks, do those pose risk to...
They do. If you're using a grenade, it's going
I
to be
can
hitting
tank it.
everyone. Yeah, they probably can tank it.
I might... Because how many billhooks can I get in a blast radius?
If you're chucking a grenade, every person in the bar is getting hit.
Cool.
Yo.
How?
Hype.
Might do that.
I have a Dyson prowess. It's gonna be fine.
I think it might... Is it grenade time, fellas?
Is it grenade time?
Oh, this could not have gone worse.
Would you like to drop a grenade?
I think it's time for grenade the second.
Okay, so
I don't really know how combat works.
you just tell me you're doing a thing, and I tell you when you're hit, and you tell me if you want to resist. It's super freeform.
Okay.
There's not rules for it. Combat works the same as everything else. So right now, though, you're dropping a grenade.
Yeah.
How many grenades? Do you just want to... Because you can do a grenade on a bandolier, and you've got 2 things on your
Yeah, I
bandolier.
have 2 bandolier slots left
I'll
before I
allow
have
you-
to pick up a different
If
weapon.
you want, you can just rip two pins off, or add another bandolier and rip 5 off and just drop the grenades.
Look, if
all
you
on
get
the ground.
all of them, if you do that, maybe it'll blow up the basement too.
That might kill us also. It feels likely to
I mean,
kill
is it,
us.
like, how long does it take? We can run, right?
Maybe? I mean, that's what our resist would be, I
You need
guess.
to confirm the documents have been destroyed.
No.
Yeah,
Come back after everyone died.
Make a decision.
I'm gonna throw... Just...
A grenade or a bundle of grenades? 3.
Just one.
All right,
Just
you're
one
gonna drop a
fine
grenade on the ground.
gonna-
Biggin is gonna look on the ground, see the grenade. He's gonna make eye contact with you and do a huge smile, and he's gonna say, "That was ballsy."
All right.
The grenade is gonna detonate as everyone is gonna start diving for cover.
Yes.
You both, all 3 of you, are going to suffer a let's call it a grenade at point blank range. You're gonna suffer a.
I didn't realize we were at point blank range, but go on.
Actually, well, yeah, because it was a melee fight, so the bill hooks are definitely all on her, or all on Fyodor. Casper, I'm gonna say Fyodor's in level 4 injury range. Casper's in level 3
Sorry,
injury
Fyodor.
range. I'm gonna say
I'm dead.
Back a little bit. I'm gonna say you are at level. You're at level.
Not
3
if you
as well.
resist.
Oh yeah, would you like to roll to resist level 4 shrapnel wound to the jugular?
Yeah, I will, but
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get
You're
trauma.
gonna run out of trauma.
Go ahead and downgrade it to.
Sorry to
level-
traumatize you.
You now have a level 3 injury shrapnel wound to the chest.
Do I have to roll a wreck?
Wait.
Oh.
Because I still haven't rolled dice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much damage it does to the bill hooks after we see how much damage it does
To us.
the menagerie.
Okay.
What's number -1 dice?
That
Is
means
that-
when you have 2 level
Oh,
2
two.
injuries or level
Perfect.
3.
Sorry,
You're about to
Fyodor.
have-
I'm about to have,
Now, on anything except a 5, you're gone. On a 5 or 6, you're still here. So you have a 2 in 3 chance of
You're-
Fyodor booking.
You're about to get dead.
And there's not anything we can do to help that?
And there it is.
Goodbye, Fyodor. You're
It's
going
been an
to.
honor, man.
Fyodor
Thanks,
gets hit
Fyodor.
by this
She's just
grenade,
dead.
vomits a bunch of blood, and
She's not
bile,
dead, but she must
and
leave
he's
the
just
score.
going to like throw the door open, coughing, and like hobbling down the street as the spirit wardens pull.
Good luck,
Oh,
y'all.
shit.
I've done nothing for y'all.
Fyodor, please circle one of the traumas. If you suffer 3 more of those, you are retired due to mental anguish. The spirit wardens are about to arrive. Casper, you've suffered a level 3 injury. Would you like to resist it?
Does my
So what am I
stress-
looking at? If it's a level 3, then the next injury I get puts me out.
Yeah.
The next level 3 injury.
Yeah, if you get another level 3 injury, you die.
If I
Resisting
die
it.
resisting-
or have to leave?
Die.
Have to leave is because she ran out of
Stress.
Stress.
Oh, okay.
If
She
you have a
escaped
level 3 injury
being
and suffer another one,
exploded.
if you have 2 level 2 injuries and suffer another level 2, it's promoted to a level 3. And so if you have a level 3 and suffer another one, it's promoted to level 4, death.
I feel like I've not been playing very
Yeah,
well.
okay. I'm going to just... I'm going to resist that, because fuck that noise.
Yeah,
I've got
definitely
the
resist
stress
that.
for it.
Excellent idea.
That's a 3. I'll take it.
You suffer 3 stress, you're going to suffer a level 2 injury, severe burn to leg.
My brand!
So, okay, bam! The grenade is going to go off, and we're going to see how good it is, how much damage it does to the bill hooks.
Better be a lot. It better be a lot.
You have 2 in wreck, and
I
I'm going
only
to
have
offer
1
you
in
a
wreck.
You have 1 in wreck. I'm going to offer you.
But it's a
devil's
fine
bargain.
grenade.
I'm offering you a devil's bargain.
Uh-huh.
The spirit wardens are being escorted by blue coats because they have heard that there's a scuffle going on at the bar as well.
I don't think that adding more hostile characters to this situation is worth it
Anyone else have a
because
devil's bargain they'd like to
my
offer?
objective is to reduce the amount of hostile
That's
characters
fair.
there are via murder.
Now, you currently have 2 people left. We're about to see how many the bill hooks have left.
I'm gonna roll 2 dice. I can.
So you're pushing yourself for stress.
I'm not. I have a fine weapon.
Because you're
Because we're
of
assassins,
course,
and that's
yeah,
one of our
grenade's probably
things.
the weapon.
Grenade's a weapon. This one is fine.
Casper, are you helping in any way?
Okay, so What the hell is happening here?
He
He's
just
thrown a
dropped- he
grenade,
just
but
threw
we
a
don't know
grenade.
how much it's done, and he's about to roll for
I'm
it.
about to roll how much
We're like going
destruction
back in time to see how many of the bill hooks this thing
the
kills.
bill hooks take. This feels like a very important roll.
And how I would
I'm only
help
4 stressed
him-
from trauma, so if I push myself here, then I am not in a great spot to resist anything at all.
Yeah, I'm not in a great spot. We actually have the same stress deal.
Cool.
So, nope, I'm not helping.
Two
You're on
dice.
your own.
Unless somebody has a bargain.
Wait, it's 1 to help, right?
Yes.
It's 1 to help. It's
I'll
2
just
for me to
do
help
more
myself.
drugs than I usually do, I guess. Take another die.
Okay, thank you.
May it serve you well.
I'll use
Do more
yours.
drugs than I usually do.
Yeah, I get crazy on Black Lotus.
Now, how are you helping?
As I push away to resist, I'm gonna like kick off a dude and kick
him into the-
Oh my
blast
god!
radius.
You're throwing a bill hook on the ground and putting your leg on him to keep him there, and that's why you've suffered burns to your leg.
Based as
Because the
hell.
grenade blew through his spine. Holy fuck. So you're killing it.
Well, we're down 1. Let's see
Now-
how many more.
Honestly, this is like, yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say you've already suffered a consequence, so like on a 4, 5, or 6, you're killing a hell of a lot of bill hooks. On a 6, you're killing even more. 2 6s.
We've only
Here we
determined
go.
there are 6 people in the building.
There's
That's
1
a
6.
Okay.
Thank
so,
you.
So just
That was my die.
It was the help.
the bill hooks are going to be just the bill hooks, originally standing at the center of the bar, have relocated to all 4 corners in the ceiling. They are spattered across, like just blood, bone, and brain matter kicked all over the bar. And looking down at what is now an empty stub of a left shoulder, Biggin is going to say, "That is going to make an incredible story." And he's going to take out his electroplasmic revolver,
Ah, shit,
the
he's
last
not dead.
bill hook left.
Damn it.
Um,
And can I do anything? I haven't really. Oh,
You can
yeah.
attack him with
I can attack him.
weapons.
just
You
no,
can-
but one of you's about to roll to resist a gunshot because he's now going to act.
Okay.
I don't want to, because I'm the one who can resist probably the least. Yeah, you've got better prowess. So
I'm
I'm not
better
going to
at
put myself in
prowess.
line of sight yet.
I did that to his friends, so it makes sense that he would shoot at me.
Yeah, Bill Hook is going to point the gun at you, finger on the trigger. Look down at his dead friends, see that he is now outnumbered, and hear the whistles of the spirit wardens outside. And he's going to say, "Same time next week." Walk backwards, kick open the back
I
door,
like
and
this
duck
guy.
into the alleyway. Like this guy
Based
is
as
taking
hell.
the L and big
Based as hell.
Based
Okay,
as
not
hell.
losing a moment. I'm gonna pursue the
Can I?
what's his name? The Joe or whatever the
Metal
normal guy was
Mike.
called.
Metal
Mike.
Door. I don't know if this is a thing I can do. I'd love
Probably
to canonize
is.
it with the roll. Can I go up to the door, put my hands on it, and put it in the ghost field?
and then phase through it.
I want to evaporate it so we can walk through it.
Oh, okay.
I might be able to use a technical skill here.
There's a
otherwise.
special ability that does that you do.
Is
not
there?
have.
Okay.
Okay.
I then
Shit.
have an alternate.
If you take the Tempest special ability, I would allow you to take that as one of its features.
I am
This
going
is
to
absolutely
use
my next ability that I'm going to
I think
take.
that's the one
My-
Ryan wants too.
I want to.
Can I make a? I mean, this would be wreck rather than tinker, probably. But I can bring out a set of fine wrecking tools with just like a freaking plasma torch.
Yep, and just.
And use my technical skill to remove this door.
Would you like to?
Is there a? Before I do that, is there a mechanical component that I could tinker with instead? Because I am better at
There's a
doing
lock.
that.
A lock is mechanical. And I'd say finesse probably makes sense.
Because I'd rather wreck than finesse. I'd rather tinker than wreck.
Oh, tinker is obviously what you would use for a yeah.
Yeah.
No, tinker makes total sense.
So I'm going to do a little
I forgot that
tinkering.
was a skill.
Do a little tinkering.
So it's
Right.
tinker time. I'm going to get out my fine tinkering tools and see if I can hacker my way through this door. It's fine tools, and I have 2 points.
Yep.
So that is 3 dice.
All right. Controlled standard. Please
Let's
go
do
ahead.
it. 3 twos, baby.
I'm gonna do
Would
it.
you like to downgrade to a risky position?
Yeah, because the freaking spirit wardens
Yeah.
are here. So
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So we're rolling it again. 6,
That's
baby.
a
All right, so 6,
Huge.
no consequences happen. The door is going to slide open, and as
All
you're
right,
walking
that's second
through,
technical
you are
skill,
going
baby.
to see the end of the ghost fight. As they're going to phase back through the wall, Brick has his butcher's knife out, like slowly piercing through the skull of Crash. And Crash is gonna like flick one of his hands and break off the butcher's knife at the handle. He's gonna take the wooden handle and jab it into one of Brick's eyes. Brick is going to stagger backwards as Crash is gonna pick up the blade and lean forward to finish the decapitation. When Brick picks up one of the spirit bricks he flew open from the wall earlier, 2 of them, one in each hand, and is going to spatter Crash's head as his ghost corpse is going to collapse down onto the ground, spill over, and fade into electroplasm on the floor.
Atta boy,
You
Brick.
guys, I'm assuming, are closing this
Fascinating.
metal door behind you.
It is.
Yes.
Right. By the way, please add a new friend to your sheet. Brick, a ghost.
That's so good.
Ghost corpse.
Brick.
Who's missing teeth now?
Yeah, Brick
yeah.
got fucked up.
Brick's the homie.
So, okay, you guys close the door, and you're going to hear the spirit wardens kick down, and you're going to say, "Oh, we got a rogue spirit. Prepare the lightning hooks." And you're going to begin hearing chaos behind that door as you guys have appeared downstairs. And at this point, you're the first to go through the door. being the
Yeah,
spirit.
yeah, because I
You're
opened
going
it.
to suffer a level 2 injury, gunshot wound to a non-vital organ, because Mike was waiting there with a gun, but he's not a very good
What's
shot.
a lightning
Would you-
hook?
It's a big hook that's got a loop on the end that you use to catch
Like
a
the
ghost.
animal
Oh, it's like what they
Pull
use
it
to
into
catch a
spirit
tiger.
ball.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I have 2 points in prowess 4 to resist. I do not want to be shot, but I also don't want to be traumatized. And I wonder whether taking the level 2 harm might just be worth it.
You want to tank it?
Oh, I suffered a level 2. How do I even mark this?
You write the injury, so you got burnt leg. I might just get shot, to be honest, because I have 4 points of stress left. On average, rolling 2d6, I can expect 3 or 4, which is not enough to be traumatized, but it is enough to be out of stress points, basically.
So you are not resisting.
So I'm just going to be shot in a
Muzzle
non-vital
flash,
area.
loud bang. Mike Lewis has never shot a gun before, and mostly hit you by virtue of the fact that you're in a narrow hallway. And he was, like,
Yeah, I didn't really have anywhere to go.
And now he's going to be temporarily blinded by the muzzle flash. His ears are going to be ringing. There's smoke everywhere, and he's going to laugh and call like there's a wooden door next to him. I got him! And he's going to look forward and say, I didn't get him! As you guys are still up there at the top, and he's going to like throw down his gun, and Lewis is going to say, please God, please God!
Right, we're not here for him. You gotta take the gun. Can I just like take the gun not by virtue if I have a gun now, but so that he don't just
Yeah.
shoot
You
us?
can also have a gun now.
Yeah, you can
Oh, okay.
take the, you can take the gun.
Is that an inventory slot? or-
Unload.
No, because you've already...
it's not
Load is
loaded.
what you brought
Yeah.
with you.
So you.
This is
you
something
just have
you've
a gun
got.
now.
So you're now armed.
And Lewis is gonna say, "Please God, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go beg my supervisor for my job back."
Best of luck feeding your family.
And Mike Lewis is going to bolt the fuck out of there.
Let's
Mike?
open that door.
You're going to open the door, and you're going to see sitting in an armchair is going to be the man who roughly meets your, the man who actually completely meets your description. Still wearing his suit, he's clean shaven, his hair is still nicely combed, but the second man in the room is like cowering, ducking behind the armchair. He's got long blonde hair. He's got a lot of stubble. His suit is disheveled. It's all wrinkled and unpressed, and he's like got a revolver out from the side of the chair. And he's pulled the gun back. And Ray Olmhouse, sitting in the armchair, is going to say, okay, I think things have gotten a little out of control here. Can we agree?
I think you're right.
All right. You're here to buy information?
That's right.
Okay. Do you have the money on you?
I don't think we can say that we do, because I don't know how much coin we even...
We have 2.
How much we started
coin we
with?
even
I didn't have that written.
2 quid.
Oh yeah, I didn't write down how much coin. Yeah, we have 2, right? Or is that... That's not personal, that's total.
So Ray
So
Olmhouse
that's...
is sitting there, and he's like,
We're not gonna... You're holding the gun.
So what I want to do is, So shooting is that's like a skirmish kind of thing, right?
This guy's sitting in a chair.
You could
I'm
probably
going
just
for
shoot
I
him.
want to go for the guy who is aiming the
Now
pistol.
that's a roll. I would say hunt would make the most sense, but skirmish I would also allow.
I have nothing in nothing.
So you roll 2 and take the lower.
I don't want to do that.
Probably not.
I have a point in hunt.
But you don't have to.
I might have brought a gun.
You can add.
Oh,
I still
can I
have
just say-
inventory.
Can I just okay? So
what are you
if I
saying?
were to shoot Ray Almhouse right now, that's not a roll.
I'm gonna say no. You just got a gun. I would make a roll, and I'm gonna say that you're not rolling. Oh, actually, no. You're getting shot regardless. Yeah, I'm gonna say no roll to shoot him, but then you're getting shot by the guy behind the jet.
And another level 2 means what? Assuming it's
If
a level
I
2.
shot the man behind the chair,
I just
You
want to
have
know
2
how this
slots
works.
for level 2s.
Okay.
And now all of your rolls have -1 die until you heal.
Okay.
What if I were?
Minus a die. Ooh.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I could have brought my own fine weapon for which to shoot this guy.
That is true.
I think.
Throwing knife or a
Yes, I
pistol.
would love
Yeah.
for Oleander
I
to
have
take
a
care of
hunt.
the armed one.
Yeah, I would like to pull my own pistol and shoot the pistol man.
Hunt or skirmish problem?
I'm gonna go with hunt.
Makes sense. Go ahead and roll hunt with a fine pistol?
It's a fine
'Cause you have
pistol.
fine weapons,
Because I have
'cause
fine
you're assassin.
weapons.
Go ahead and make the roll. I'm going to give you controlled standard. Would you like to go to risky great? Because this guy's not a good shot.
Standard is all I need to like.
I'm going to say great, and you're getting him in the head. He's dying.
Because I don't really need him to die as much as I need him to decide he doesn't want to be in this shootout anymore.
True. Okay. So you want to
So
go
like,
controlled?
if I could shoot the gun out of his hand, that's just as good as killing him.
Go ahead for controlled standard.
So I'm gonna roll controlled standard. Now I have +1 die on account of. So I'm one in hunt. I have 1 for fine weapon, and then I have -1 for having been shot.
Yes.
So it's, right?
Do you have 2 level 2 wounds?
I have only 1 level.
Then I'm going to say it doesn't apply until you either have 2 or a 3rd.
Okay. In that case,
Going a little lighter on the wound rules because they're brutal.
yeah, wounds are tough. In that case, that's 2 dice for with which to shoot this guy.
Go ahead.
Here goes. That's a 4.
That does it.
All right.
That's a success.
And you're in a control position, so I'm going to say your minor harm is a level 1 injury, just glancing blow. Your gun's going to go off, his is going to go off. You're going to take a glancing blow that's going to kick some flesh and blood out of you, and then your shot is going to hit him in the hand, blow off his thumb, and force the gun out of his
I would
hand.
like to exchange meaningful glances with Oleander before this happens, and then concurrently shoot Ray Almhouse.
Yeah, so the gun's going to go off, your rifle's going to flick over to him, Ray's going to say, yeah, that seems about right. And BAM! A bullet hole is going to appear in his skull. That seems about, and his mouth is going to sputter out right as, his lip is going to tremble, blood's going to drip down over his nose, and he's going to slide out of the chair onto the floor.
All right, Almhouse is confirmed killed. We need those
And,
documents.
at this point, the other goon is clutching his hand, ah!
Quiet you. I'm gonna look for the.
Could I have a cool moment?
Yes,
I
take
would
a
like
cool
to
moment.
take the document. How many are we thinking? Like
Do
5
we-
or 6
yeah.
slips of paper? Or
So,
is it like a
so he's going to say, please don't hurt me! The strong box, there! The combination is 11111! We couldn't figure out how to change it!
We open the strong box.
So
and-
I'm getting in there. I want the papers in my hands, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pull down my shirt a little where there is a particularly large embery part, and hold the documents there, and they light up.
The documents are going to burn in front of you. He's going to say, you're not... Who are you?
Or the goddamn menagerie. And I'm gonna look
Is
for
man
it.
alive?
We certainly can, but we also don't have to. Loose end. I stab him.
With a goddamn menagerie.
Cool.
So one of the accountants survived.
Yeah. That guy's gonna feed his family.
Big ups Mike Lewis. And
Mike Lewis and his family are gonna be a-okay.
Are they? What they turn us
So as
in?
the spirit
I don't
worms
think
are
that
clearing
they
out the
would
top
dare.
floor, you guys are going to be able to push a brick that's at the top of the basement aside and climb out.
Oh yeah, we've gotten
In
out.
memory.
Cool. Out we go. We're leaving.
Where did I crawled off to?
Deegan is just getting
You
into a
left.
carriage at the end. You can just see his huge outline -1 arm and the light of a cigarette coming out from the carriage door. He's going to, leaving the cigarette in his mouth, wave to you with his other arm and shut the door as the carriage is going to ride off.
one thing. We're fucking insane.
Now that was a W.
Yeah,
for the
we
menagerie
escaped.
session 1. Good job. You're gonna
did
get
it.
paid your 4 coin.
And only one of us got traumatized. Sorry I threw a grenade at you.
So sorry. Throw a grenade at you.
When you were in point blank.
In fairness, it did resolve
Hey,
the
look,
situation.
you know what?
Party
You know-
rockin'.
So I say, you know what? I avoided death 2 times.
That's right.
True. You are.
Hell
You're alive.
yeah.
You're somehow alive.
I shouldn't
You got
be.
hit with a fucking grenade and decapitated.
Almost.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Almost
dodged the decapitation
decapitated.
and was almost grenaded.
And almost
Now,
grenaded.
downtime.
I had just touched shrapnel in chest
Hey,
and severe laceration.
You have been paid 4 coin for this job. How much of it is going to each person, and how much is going to the crew?
I guess it would make sense to do 1 per person, 1 for crew, but I also want to honor Fyodor's sacrifice.
What's the crew? Oh, the stash.
So yeah,
Can
you're
we?
thinking 2 coin to Fyodor and
Can I send one to Mike?
Mike Lewis.
I want to send one to
Talking
Mike.
about the crew,
I don't
I'm
think-
sure
Please
Mike, you're
send
sending your share.
Can I send my like
You
if you
can
give
send
me
your
2?
coin.
Can I
Would we
send
get
one
Mike
to Mike?
Lewis as a friend on her sheets?
Add a friend, Mike Lewis,
An
an accountant. He got his job
He
back.
got his
He's
job
not
back.
going
He's
to
okay.
deserve.
He's alright, Mike.
Add a friend, Mike accountant.
So that's one of the coin accounted for. Now
Okay,
there's 3.
then I guess 1 for each of us left.
All right, we'll call it a crew payment to Mike Lewis and his family.
Yeah.
All right, he bought a new suit, got his interview.
We are monsters, but we also...
You also
There's
helped
Mike
the
Lewis.
family.
The Lewises are falling on hard
Lewises are fine.
times.
They're doing good.
This guy didn't know what he was getting into.
It wasn't his fault. We can't.
So, okay, Mike Lewis has been added. Now we deal with heat. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say, normally I'd say this is contained, but there was several grenades. So I'm going to give you 4 heat for loud and chaotic, high exposure. This is not a high profile or well-connected target. This did not happen on hostile turf. You're not at war with another faction, but killing was involved. The crew,
We negate that. By virtue
Thank
of
you
our
for bringing
powers.
that
shit.
up, because I had it in my mind. I didn't know when it would come into
Yeah,
play.
we have
Crow's
the
Veil.
power of the Crow's Veil, whereby catching bodies does not catch us heat.
My
You're taking
friends!
You're taking 4 heat from that.
We got away with it.
You did.
Going, boys.
4 heat boxes on the crew sheet, please,
Right.
somebody.
So heat
Oh,
is...
that's rep. Never mind.
That rep.
Reps up here. We gain...
Rep, you're probably not going to get too much rep. Heat.
What are you talking about? We had so many one-liners.
We said so many things.
We said so many things.
Wanted
Goddamn
level.
menagerie.
Uh,
When a man in a gas mask says, we're the goddamn menagerie.
oh, here we are. The crew earns 2 reputation by default, plus 1 for each tier above you that they are. They're
That's
not,
no
they're tier
tiers.
0. The
Yeah.
crew gets 2 rep.
2 rep.
Once you get 12 rep, you can upgrade your crew to tier 2, which means you're a proper organization now. And you, I think, need like 8 coin to do it as well. So 8 coin, 12 rep. Also worth noting that if you get turf, it's -1 rep to level up per turf. So if you have 3 turf, you only need 9 rep to level up.
Yeah, it might be worth investing in turf in a future mission.
Yes, and worth noting, I think that I'm going to escalate the power level of the scores every round. So like you're going to have opportunities to get more and more coin rep and turf to go on. Because we only have probably 5 sessions.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah,
Right? If I don't take any breaks, we'll have 6 to accrue.
that means we're gonna.
You need to take breaks.
You are entitled.
You need to
to
take
break.
breaks.
I'll take a
breaks.
couple.
You're
right?
entitled to breaks.
I'll take a couple, but we will get at least 5 sessions per
I feel like I need a break.
Mike Lewis.
So, okay, one more thing. We need to do your downtime,
Yes.
which is important.
Oh,
Oh, I also need to make an entanglements roll. So you guys are wanted level 0. I'm taking 2 dice, rolling the lower. You're rolling on, I think, the lowest. You're rolling on the middle heat table. So if the highest... hold on.
Okay, let's,
All right, if
let's
the
read
lowest of these 2 die is a 1, 2, or 3, then you get like some trouble with a local gang or somebody that you know is questioned by the cops. Unquiet dead or reprisals on a 4 or 5, and on a 6 the gang does a show of force. I'm not going to bother reading those until one of them happens. Carter, go ahead and make me a entanglements roll. 2 die, take the lower.
Okay,
it.
this...
And lower is worse or better?
Lower is better.
Okay.
But
You
then
guys
I'm
are-
not
you
doing
guys
this
are-
one because
yeah.
this one's been great.
You guys are wanted level 0.
That's
Lower
a 1,
is
baby.
1.
That's a 1. Okay, let me decide if I want gang trouble or questioning. You do not have cohorts, so that can't happen.
That's true. Yeah, we don't have any.
The blue coats grab an NPC member of your crew or one of your crew's contacts to question them about their crimes.
Hank.
Who do the blue coats think is most vulnerable? Mike Lewis.
No!
Mike Lewis is getting questioned.
Oh,
yeah,
Mike.
absolutely Mike Lewis is
Yeah,
getting
absolutely. He's the only
That's
one
why
who
we
knows
sent him the
about
money!
Now, we're going to make
Yeah.
a fortune roll to see how much they talk. All right? And you're going to get heat depending on how much Mike Lewis talks.
We did pay him.
Oh,
We did
yeah.
pay
Or
him.
you can pay off the blue coats with 2 coin. And I'm going to add die to this roll because you paid Mike Lewis.
We did pay Mike. Let's go,
Now,
Mike.
do you want to bribe the cops or let Mike in the interrogation room?
I think we trust Mike.
Mike's our man.
Mike's our man!
One roll by default. I'm going to give you +1 because you let him live.
A homie.
I'll give you +1 because you gave him coin.
Yeah, baby.
Fyodor, give me 3 dice. If the highest is a 6, he doesn't say a thing to the cops.
I don't need to roll. I need your dice.
If the highest is a 4 or a 5,
Is this
May
the
they
one
serve
that's-
you well.
Wait, is this the
yeah,
one-
that's the one that helped him.
all right, ready?
Okay.
Let's see how much Mike Lewis
Right.
Which
talks.
one?
It's
Which one of you wants to
3.
roll highest?
I trust this one.
Let this be the hour
These
where
are
we
the
draw
3
dice
highest
together.
dice.
That's
Oh,
a 6!
6.
Mike walks
I was
out.
wrong to trust my die.
Mike walks
Absolutely.
out
Ooh.
of the first
I'm glad y'all
precinct
dice are
battered
good.
with bruises and a bloody nose.
Yeah,
He said
Mike.
nothing.
That's
He's
our
a
guy.
Real one.
Yeah.
They're about to kick us out.
Mike's
no,
our
they're not.
man.
Oh, well, there's a custodian.
People peek in a lot because we're very loud.
We are very loud.
Okay, now
Let's go, Mike.
the last thing we have to do is downtime. You both have 2 downtime activities. You can get a third if you spend a coin. Downtimes are used for things like
Yeah, it's 7:41. We got
acquiring
time.
assets. So if you want to hire a cohort, buy a vehicle, do an upgrade, you got to roll to do it, or you can just pay a lot of coin.
Healing and
I'm
recovering from stress.
sure, yeah, healing and recovering from stress. You don't need to recover from stress. You're at 0 stress.
Yeah,
On
no,
account of
I
the
just,
trauma.
I'm just kind of like
Let's start
hurt.
with you. I'm assuming you want to heal.
Yeah, I'm like shrapnel.
Now you have access.
Yeah,
to
I
Eckert.
happen to know a physiker by the
Now,
name of Eckerd.
You can make a roll with 1 die.
Not very
or
reputable, but
you
he'll
can pay a
do.
coin and give Eckert some tools, and you'll roll 2 dice.
So for the cost of the coin, you can increase your thing, and the amount of
If you roll a 1, 2, or 3 is your highest.
Oh wait, how much coin did we start with? None?
There's 2 in the crew.
There's
then,
2 in the
because you guys didn't
crew.
pay anyone off.
and
You're the only gang
then
that didn't.
we've each gained
Period.
1
We've each gained 1 in our person.
in our person.
And you can
on our
extract.
person.
You can extract coin from the crew vault whenever you need.
Oof.
Fyodor,
I'm self-made.
would you like to buy tools for the doctor?
Yes,
Roll
please.
2 dice. If the highest is a 1, 2, or 3, you fill in 1 segment of your healing clock. 4 or 5, you get 2. If it's a 6, you get 3. And if you get 2 6s on this somehow, you get 5 segments. So a full clock plus 1 on your next progress.
Let's see the roll. That's
That's a
4.
That's a 4. Fill in your healing clock twice. Would you like to use your second downtime activity to heal again?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me 1d6.
How does healing work when it's full? Like,
When it's full,
If you
each
get another
injury
4
is
or 5,
reduced
You heal your clock, and every injury is reduced by 1.
in severity. So 1s
Cool.
disappear, 2s become 1s, 3s become 2s.
3. So you're going to fill in 1 more slice. You're not going to heal unless you'd like to spend 1 of the crew's coin to get another downtime activity, which seems wise.
Does the
I was
coin,
about to say I have a level
The
3
coin
injury.
is buying Fyodor another downtime activity.
did the coin not carry over to
It
the
did
second
not.
heal? Can you not pay the coin to heal more than once?
I'll let you spend a crew coin to roll a second die there on that roll if you'd like, but statistically,
I guess that's not different from
that is
paying
not,
for
now
an
that I'm
extra.
saying it, not statistically different.
That isn't different, but
I think technically by the rules you're supposed to acquire assets to get a doctor first and then pay them and then. But I'm skipping.
we don't have time
We don't have
for all
time.
that. We don't have enough sessions.
So-
yeah, pay the money and roll the thing.
Okay.
Raise
like-
1 coin from the crew vault, so
Yeah,
you're at least
where's
healing once
crew?
here.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
Hey, once we.
No, I threw a grenade
Our next-
at you.
It's a 3.
All right, you've filled in your healing clock once. You now have a what is your level? What is your level 2?
Less severe.
You now have a
laceration.
scar, level 1 injury, shrapnel of the chest. I'm going to say internal bleeding is a level 2 injury.
Nice.
I can't scooch my chair over here. Oleander, what are you doing?
Good question. Healing and stress reducing seem wise.
All right, would you like to spend your coin on a quality level for the doc? Because if you get 2 die, there is a chance you could fill in your whole healing clock in one go.
I know. I want.
But your odds are better of filling in the whole healing clock in one go, I think, if you do 2 separate rolls.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna hold on to the coin for third action.
Okay, so you're going to roll 1 die to heal for Eckerd, your corpse thief friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab this die and this one. Just
Go
one.
ahead.
Come on, Eckerd. 6, baby.
6, you heal 3 clocks. So
Let's
you can,
go.
You can burn your second downtime activity on healing again, and you're guaranteed to fill it in.
So I burn. Oh, it's 3 of these.
It's 3 of slices, yes.
So, I will do that.
Okay.
I will use my second one. Roll it again. Does it? I guess it doesn't matter what I roll, does it?
Mike is liking the McFleming of the menagerie. Oh, Weebly's here for all the streams, I think. All right.
Here it goes again. 3. So that's
All right,
1.
So you
that,
thank God you got that 6. You filled in your clock. Once. What is your level 2?
my level 2 is gunshot to a non-lethal area.
Have lodged bullet for number 1, so it's gonna stay in there. Your flesh is healing around the bullet.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. That's your 2
That's not
downtime
the
activities.
most
Would you like to
poisonous
spend a
substance
third on stress relief? So spend
I
your
really
coin.
have to. I really have to.
It's probably a good idea. Now, if you roll a 6, you overindulge and a bad thing happens.
How much damage do you have?
I have
that's
a single
true.
second level.
But it's unlikely.
So
Okay.
I'm
You probably should do
I'm
this.
going down to the Godwin Park catacombs
Worth
to.
noting, Godwin Park is where the Silver Nails are based. So you're like sneaking in at night, but one of the, or you're going in.
Well,
the
we
guard's gonna
did-
be like, you did us a favor.
Yeah,
go
yeah,
on to the
we're-
catacombs.
Do we
Your
get
relationship
another-
with the Silver Nails is now at -1 instead of.
I'm
Yeah,
going to update
we're-
that
we're
immediately.
Pals. We're pals now, or at least we are.
Pals, we are no longer
We are no
mortal
longer
enemies.
enemies.
You're no longer one
We're
incident
just-
away from war.
Yeah, we're no longer one incident away from war.
Give me
Yay!
a roll. 1. What does that mean? Oh, you heal 1 stress.
Cool.
Would you like to spend the last crew coin?
Save it for Carter,
Probably
save
save it for Carter.
I gotta save
Carter's
it for
injured.
Carter.
Oh,
Carter's
not that injured.
I'm actually the least injured out of
Carter
everyone.
is the least injured,
So would
but
you like to do a heal roll?
I want to
He's
know
just as stressed as I was.
What are my options with coin? Because like
You can spend a coin to get another action. You can
man, I
spend
was
a
really
coin
hoping to
buy
do
stuff.
training, but
buy stuff for better healing. Can I spend a coin to buy stuff for better stress relief?
No,
Nope.
I don't think so.
Stress relief is
But
just
you can buy
do
another
the-
downtime
I can do
activity
another
to do it
downtime.
again.
All right,
do
I'm
it
going to start with the. I'm going to heal and I'm going to stress relief, and I'm going to see which one I need the most.
Okay, go ahead and heal. Would you like to pay a coin to give the doctor a second die? Because you cannot heal
no.
your full clock.
Oh wait, yes.
Oh, actually, no. You probably statistically you shouldn't do that.
Oh no.
You should
Why
just
is
roll
that?
the 1. Yeah.
All right, let's.
oh,
see.
because
you
it
get a
makes
6.
more sense to
Yeah,
roll a
it does.
6.
Wait,
and
why am I
then-
rolling the least?
Because your odds are
performing
1 in
die?
36 if you roll 2, but if you roll 2 separately,
If you roll 2
your
separately,
odds are
then it makes
25%. 4.
That's a 4?
You heal in 2 slices. You have a 50% chance of healing fully on the
on the follow-up heal if you were to do
Would
it.
you like to do some stress relief?
I would love nothing more.
Okay, roll a d6. I don't believe you can. Okay, you have 6 stress.
I have exactly 6.
You cannot overindulge.
Cool.
Sick.
5.
That's 5.
Good roll.
Huge.
And would you like to spend a coin on healing again?
So okay, yeah. So
Or on some
I
other
lose
thing.
5 stress, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're
I
down
got
to 1.
blasted with Hank.
All right. Yeah. That's your heroin addict.
Hank is my heroin addict friend. I call him the Hermit.
And I'm assuming you're spending your coin on healing, or would you like to keep that in your pocket?
How does healing work?
The thing is, if we get injured on the
you're
next...
spending your coin on a third downtime activity, and you're
Right.
using your doctor. To
The
try
problem
to-
is this.
Okay.
If you get a
yes.
4, 5, or 6, you have successfully healed.
Is that healing clock, like, you have 2, those don't really stick around, because if you take an injury on our next score, those are gone, if I remember right.
I'm gonna rule that that's not the case.
I like that ruling better, because
Because
healing's
the
really hard.
healing in Blades is real brutal, and you guys aren't gonna have 9 sessions.
We don't have enough
accomplish all your
sessions to be
goals.
like, yeah.
So I'm gonna do away with that rule.
I'm a big fan of the prospect of just throwing in a couple more downtime activities. So that,
Bra-ta-ta-ta.
3. Oh no! Okay, your clock is not filled. Erase your coin. Would you like to spend the crew coin on a 4th downtime
all right,
activity?
I'm
to
not
heal?
We'll keep it in the bank.
All right, you've kept it in the bank. That is everybody's downtime activity.
Oh boy.
All right, we will be back tomorrow, I believe at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're at 8 viewers. Why now?
Yeah, because
The
the
XP,
menagerie
the
are
rest
cool
of
and
those
awesome.
last ones, where do those?
Right.
Oh
so XP.
shit! Experience.
experience.
Stick
I would
around,
love to
viewers.
level
We
up.
now get to do experience points, the most interesting part of any tabletop game.
I
Right.
like
So
experience points.
you're gonna go first.
Okay.
Read me off your experience triggers.
You
Under your
addressed a
friends.
challenge with deception or influence.
2. You have 2 XP. You may place them wherever you'd like. This goes towards another special ability. These go towards another action dot in those skills. If you'd want, you can probably guarantee a 3rd action dot in Resolve if you put them there. Or you can just, like, do tallies and see how much you have at the end.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, give me your next trigger.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Okay. You are Scotland. You experienced racism against Scavs, so I'm going to give you at least one. But you sent your money to Mike Lewis, which seems like what a grizzled old detective that still means well would do. I'm giving you 2 for that.
Based.
That is based.
Give me your third XP trigger.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
You'll get plenty of those later.
I was about to say, I've got trauma now, but no.
So you've got 4. You can either be halfway towards leveling up your getting another special ability, or you can guarantee yourself another action dot. Worth noting, you can put a third action dot in the skill. So you can have 3 in sway if you would like. Or
I
2
don't
in
need
command.
that because we saw how well that got me. Not gonna lie. I feel like I should stick them in prowess because I have nothing.
All right, so you won't be able to level up prowess, but
That's fine. I
right,
just
you've got
need
4
them
XP in
there.
prowess. Excellent. Oleander,
Yes.
what is your first XP trigger?
You addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
2 XP.
Awesome.
Yay!
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I mean,
Did you do that at all?
I murdered people for no reason.
You did blow a grenade just to
I did use a grenade just for.
That's
give you
totally
one.
beliefs and
I'll
drives.
give you 1.
All right, 1 for being just a fucking madman, and then issues from vice or traumas.
Nah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that's not really relevant. So 3 EXP.
You.
All right, so
where to put 'em?
you addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power.
2.
The ghost!
Bunch of fucking ghosts. Okay, so
Frick!
I got 2.
I want cool powers.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I burned those documents with my fire skin.
So that was extremely cool, and I'm gonna give you 2 for it.
Bet. And then vice or traumas.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna go into withdrawal in the next session for the EXP.
Yeah, actually, that is how that works.
That's
Sick.
true. I just put all of mine in
all
playbook,
this shit
I
going in
think.
prowess.
Now we get to upgrade your crew.
I think it
do
makes.
have a question, James. Because I'm not good at combat in terms of prowess skills. Could I use my attune for stuff if I like tried to shock someone with ghost magic?
You can
That's
do
the
that with
Tempest
the
special
Tempest
ability.
skill. So if you put those points
Oh, I
instead
can't just
in
like
playbook,
grab someone and zap them
Oh.
with an attune.
Okay, if you can like grab someone and I guess like make their head throb with energy from the ghost field.
Yeah.
It's less powerful. I'd count it as a melee attack.
That's what I'm going for because I don't really have dice in anything.
I would allow that.
Cool.
I would allow that. It's going to be less powerful than what Tempest would give you, though. You can't.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'm
Ghoul
gonna-
beam.
How do I even get another? How do
you
I
get that by
this?
advancing your playbook.
Playbook.
Yes, and there's playbook XP slots up at the top.
So you could put those points in playbook if you so chose.
Oh,
'Cause you're, I think,
shit.
I think you're halfway to leveling up your playbook.
I honestly want that. Where is that?
Yeah, playbook's
Up
on
the
top
top.
of insight.
Oh, okay,
Right up
okay.
there. Now let me
Fuck
see the
prowess.
Let me see the assassin crew XP.
Yeah, so crew XP. Mark 1.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
am.
each item, mark 1. Mark 2 if an item occurred multiple times.
Okay, give me the first one.
Execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom.
That's the one.
This is a murder.
You did that successfully.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
I'm going to say that you
The
did
spirit
fight bill
motherfucker?
hooks, who are a
That's
tier
true.
1
Bill hooks
gang.
are tier 1.
So I'm going to give you 1 for that.
Nice. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. We were weird.
You did. Yeah, you summoned a fucking ghost. For
That is our
I'm giving
reputation.
you 2 for that.
Hype.
You bolstered the shit out of your crew's rep.
We were
this
weird,
one.
and
you
then-
had that final worth a menagerie, stab him in the
Yeah,
neck.
express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna give you 1. You did an assassination. You were weird Tyroki, and you let Mike Lewis live. So I'm gonna give you 1. You have 5
All right.
total crew XP, I think.
So 5 crew XP, yeah, because there was 2 from one of them and 1 from each
Where
of
does
them.
that get marked?
Crew
in
EXP
here.
is right here.
And then you
so
get another
this-
crew special ability when that fills, right?
I believe so.
That's sick. Oh wow.
Let's
That
go.
gross.
Halfway to crew level, baby.
Bro, I need that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, that is the
For real,
conclusion
time.
of the Menagerie Session 1. We will be back at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Owls, who are going to deal arms to the South Commerce Street merchants who are being intimidated by, the Bill Hooks. They're coming up again. Biggin!
Our old pals.
I
Biggin
get to
might
do
be
that
there.
voice again.
That
All
is
right.
missing arm.
So, all right, ladies
Big
and
and short
gentlemen.
one arm might be
Thank
there.
you for tuning in to Blades in the Dark, War of the Crow. We'll be back tomorrow.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.